Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Dead Unicorn. My name's Corey, and we are playing Vallanthia today. It is the open RPG fantasy world created by Howard, who is our game master. We also have with us Tarek, who is playing Erda, Sarah, who is playing Esri, Carlos, who is playing Twinkle, and Tom is being played by Matt. I don't know where his camera is.
What's up?
Oh, jeez. And I am playing the Winterborn Chthonian White Ape of the Spring. I would like to thank all of our patrons scrolling up in the upper corner. If you see them scrolling there, they're awesome. Just as awesome as everybody else. If you're watching and you can't, be a patron, that's fine. We love you too. But the people scrolling in the upper corner get to vote on their favorite character every week and help influence this game. And this week's winner is, drum roll, please. Thank you, Esri. Esri with 67% of the vote.
Yay!
Bum, bum, bum.
Thank you guys.
Howard, tell her what she's won.
You get an extra character point. Be sure to add to your character sheet. It lasts until you spend it. It does not end at the end of the game or anything. Basically, it's like an XP unless you're having an emergency. And then you can make your roll better with an extra wild die.
All right. That's it, guys. So we're going to start the game. I'm going to send this all over to Howard, and he's going to do the hosting from now on until the end. I'll just be a player.
Which is what Corey always wanted.
Oh, be quiet. Now. Thank you. So our players today, we have Twinkle. Los is actually here. We have Tom, who is the big mushroom guy, who is played by Matt. We have the Winterborn Chthonian White Ape of the Spring and something or other. And that's all of that is going to be played by Corey. Esri is the dark elf, or black elf, I should say, being played by Sarah. Did I get everybody? Oh, Erda is the weird elven mage guy, and that is going to be played by Tarek. I, of course,
he's
the game master. And when we last left off, our group had been searching. Basically, they had two jobs. One was to check out a smithy that had been robbed by some mysterious elf. They did manage to deduce that elf that did it was Vardelfar, which means black elf, the same race as Sarah's elf. And then they moved on to the more interesting sounding job that they had, which was something about a curse on an inn called the Murdered Squirrel. And the curse has nothing to do with the name. It's just an unfortunate name. But
has very tasteless decor.
They know that a toy animated itself and appeared to be stabbing another toy that looked somewhat like a reptilite. So it looks like this was a direct threat to the reptilite performer who was singing at that bar that night. So they've talked to her. They've convinced her to sing again in the hopes that they can get it to repeat this process and they can actually see the possessed toy in action. They do know that at least one performer has died from the strange antics of this curse. They only know her version of what happened that one night. They don't know what's happened on other nights. And as we last left, she had just begun to sing. It was snowing outside. A cold breeze blew in through the tavern. Erda was next to the shelf. And Erda felt a strange, almost supernaturally uneasy chill run up his spine. And that is exactly where we left off. So I ask you guys, one, go ahead and pull your tokens onto the screen. Y'all can all see the bar, right?
Yep.
Great. Go ahead and pull yourselves on there. You should be able to place yourselves. You see, this is Trebella, the singer. Here's the shelf. So be where you'd like to be.
I did not see any pings.
Yeah, I didn't either.
You not see any pings?
Yeah, are you pinging like this?
Yes, I know how to ping.
Okay.
I get that you're not seeing them. Yes, everybody else is pinging now. Well,
sorry,
let's see if I can figure it out. Hang on.
Where's the performer at?
In the bottom left-hand side, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
pinging
I
her, but
see her.
apparently you can't see me pinging.
Hey,
I
Twinkle,
have to
you're the
figure out
same
why.
color as the Game Master, so if you ping, I'll think it's the Game Master. Change your color.
Oh, let me change my color. I don't want to be yellow anyway. I'll
Oh,
be
okay.
black.
Well, then never mind. Stay your color.
There. What just happened? It is drawing lines, but still not pinging. Clear drawings. Clear. That's nice.
Oh, you have to press on the arrow.
Yeah, if you're not on the arrow key, in the upper left-hand corner, the select move arrow. There
see
you
that?
go.
Yeah.
You
All
got
right,
it.
Now the shelf is gone. Where did the shelf go? Y'all can't see the
Command
shelf
Z.
anymore, right? Or did y'all ever see the shelf?
No.
No.
There's the shelf. I promise. I don't know why it's not there now.
Was it here?
No.
Then no.
I will try again to put it back on there. I don't know what happened. What does polygon reveal mean? No, nothing. I apologize. This is the first time I've really tried to make a good battle map for you guys, and I don't know what I'm doing with this thing.
No, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
Do not worry.
Can you see
It's
that?
readable. And
Yes,
I
I
like
saw something. Yes.
Yay!
It's-
Hang on.
oh, yes.
I will fix
I
it
see
in
that.
just a second.
it. Okay, so I see a shelf.
There's
Are
a
there
shelf
any-
over the table.
Yes.
That's
Yay.
where I was sitting, staring at it. Yeah.
There. Now I can see the shelf.
Yeah, right there.
Is there an elf on the shelf?
There is.
I was making the same
Now
joke.
there is.
There's a dwarf, a reptilite, what appears to be a human knight, and a female, probably human. It's hard to say for sure because they're not very detailed. They're simple ceramic faces on basically beanbag bodies with little ceramic hands, which I did not draw in the hands.
Is
So I
this the
did.
singer?
Yes.
That is the singer.
Isn't this a stage
Right.
right here?
You don't. No, that is not a stage right there.
Okay. Well,
That's a dance floor because we're gonna have a dance off in a minute.
I'm
right.
down. Let's do it.
Quick question: how do you change which direction your person is
If you
facing?
click on your person, you should see like it looks almost like a square frying pan. If you turn the handle, you'll turn the person. Do you see it?
Well, the problem is I've got all this other stuff in the way that I don't know how to move either. The
Do you
Like-
want to face the opposite direction? I can turn you.
yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
It should be underneath the green circle. Right underneath it.
I had other NPCs in here, and they're all gone too. I do not know what's going on with this system.
That is
Oh, it may
strange.
be
I do not have
layers.
anything under the green circle.
They could be on different layers. Maybe?
Yeah, it could be on the GM layer.
I don't know how to fix any of that. I'm just gonna put them back out there, I guess.
Sure, that works too.
I apologize. I thought I had all this all set up and ready, and then you all couldn't see anything. And then
It
I
is-
got to where I don't
Don't
know.
worry, Howard. We all have our boomer moments, myself included.
Oh wait, the people can't even see the map. Let me there. Now they can see the map. Now the viewers can see the map. I forgot to hit the.
Now that the world is watching.
Now the world is watching us on the map.
Okay.
Hey guys, there's a map. Hope you like it.
Where's Dora and Boots? They're missing.
All right. Sorry, Los. There were people there, and I didn't know that you couldn't see them. Although
Aw,
it's
sitting on
easy
somebody
to
now.
imagine that you just sat down with them, and I don't necessarily put it past you.
That's fine. I like people.
Just nonchalantly sits on the guy's lap. Why, hello there. Are you gonna pay for my drinks?
It's not something I wouldn't do, sir.
Okay, one more question about Roll20. You know the little icons that everybody has with their character name underneath it that have like little squares?
Yeah.
How do I make those go away or move them?
Click
They're
on
like
the
over
cog.
the map.
Yeah, you click on the cog in settings and you go down to where it says enable avatars.
Chat avatars or
It says, yeah, chat avatars.
okay, so I
You click
uncheck
on
that
the-
box.
No. There's a little drop down. You click on the drop down and go names only, and it'll just drop them just to names. clears most of the stuff out of the screen that way.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. You said it's under.
It says game settings and then chat avatars. It says player video avatar size. You click on the drop down and it says names only. Like you can click names only and it'll just go to names.
That'll do.
Oh, okay. I see that. I see it now. Thank you. That was what I needed. Yes, much better.
So everybody on the stream, from what I'm looking at, we're all the frame rate is really low. Tarek, can you check the stream and make sure it's just not something on my end that it's actually happening?
The frame rate is very, very low.
Yeah, but the audio's working fine?
Yeah, the audio's working fine.
Okay. I guess this is, I'm dealing with a new setup. I just started setting this up today, guys. So I apologize for the technical difficulty on that end, but you can hear us perfectly. So I think that's a bonus.
Some of our viewers mentioned that they prefer listening to us. So
yes,
I guess it's just in where your expectations lie.
yeah,
for those expectations.
But I'll work on it and try and get it all squared away as well.
One guy told me he enjoyed our broadcast so much he listened to it all through work.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right. So that y'all know, to answer your question earlier, yes, this is a stage, and no, you've never seen anyone perform on it. This whole area up here is actually elevated above you. You don't really see it unless you go up this kind of ramp-like set of stairs. Beyond that, this whole area is closed. There's a wall there. I don't know how to do dynamic lighting, and I'm not going to bother with it right now. But basically, that storage area is closed. You don't see it. And any questions on the building that you're looking at?
Tom is just observing the workmanship. He's just kind of like looking at the wood going, this is a strange material.
It is, most of this is made out of
Bongo wood.
this area. Maple and oak. It's a very cold region. They don't have a lot in the way of pine. So it's very hardwood. Some of it near the walls feels a little moist, like it's been soaked through from the snow that's built up on the outside. Which, with your carpentry skills, know that they had sealed it properly. You wouldn't have had that. It wouldn't have had that problem. But these are. This is in the forest part of town.
Makes sense.
She continues singing. Erda, that chill, it just feels worse and worse. But if you look around, you don't really see other people reacting to anything. Would anybody like to do anything while she performs other than stare at her?
Chat up these two gentlemen that are sitting at the table with me.
The smaller fellow is Dwarven, the one with the hat. He looks like he's above middle age and just very like he's had a hard life, not a hard life of adventuring, rather a hard life of manual labor. And the other fellow is human, and he's built about like you see, just a big old brick of a man, like many people do in around here. He's taking to shaving himself completely to avoid lice and bug issues. It's just easier to groom yourself if you just don't have the hair up there.
Does a dwarf have a big old beard?
Yeah, the dwarves have big old beards, though.
I love your beard.
Well, I should say that he has kind of a thin, scraggly beard. It looks more...
It's still aesthetically pleasing.
Okay. They do comb them. They try. These dwarves do try to maintain them, but they're not the giant, full, bushy, mountain dwarf beards that you might be familiar with.
Would you ever consider braiding that?
Yeah. I've tried, but the beads eventually start to slide out. It's the texture is just not thick enough.
Yeah. What are you drinking? Can I buy you another drink?
Ale. That's what they have a lot of here, and it's pretty damn cheap.
For you
Just
too,
double
big
copper a
man?
mug.
The human. Would you like one also?
Yep. I'll take one.
Can we get 3 more, please?
I'll get them. I'll get them for you. And this guy goes, and he will bring you three more ales. Actually, he'll bring over a pitcher and refill your mugs.
Nice. The music is wonderful, isn't it?
The dwarf responds, "It's a bit weird. That noise. I guess it's all right. It's just not. I don't know. It's not words." And
Still pleasant.
the singing is very odd. For any of you that have traveled based on your opinion of your own history, it is in fact words. It's just the reptilite language, reptile, or at least reptile is what humans and elves refer to it as you can't quite make whatever noise it is that the reptilians make when they speak.
It's
Unless you-
secretly a summoning ritual for Reptar.
Is it is it a Skyrim-esque type of, like, they overdo their S's and their R's and stuff like that?
They just have very raspy sounding voices, like if you've been talking all day, they sound like that at the beginning of the day.
Mm.
But no, they're able to form our letters pretty well. It's us trying to form theirs that never seems to work out.
Erda,
I say us like, I am amongst you, one of the elves,
You feel that?
mushroom people.
Erda, are the toys stabbing each other?
You feel that?
I don't feel anything. I get up to where I get on the table where Erda is.
I'm not like on the table. I'm sitting at the table staring at the stuff.
Oh,
I'm like sitting with my legs, like this is the bench. I'm sitting with my legs straddled around the bench and like staring directly at.
I'll stand up on the bench and look at the shelf to see if the toys are murdering each other.
There is a knife currently implanted in this fellow here, the green one. I actually drew it on there. You should be able to see it. If not, I can make it.
Is
bigger.
that the lizard one?
I'll separate them.
I kind of did a South Park version of artwork here.
Yeah.
I will grab them and physically separate them if it is possible for me to do that without any sort of
you reach
effort.
up. Which one would you like to grab?
I'll grab the murderer and pull it away from the victim.
All right, the one that stabbed the other one is the human with he has like a small. It looks silvery, but you realize it's just a silver inlay into the ceramic. But he has a helmet on, and as you pull him aside, nothing weird happens. The body, like I say, is like a big beanbag sack. It doesn't. As you look at the hand, they're not even articulate. Like the 4 fingers are actually just one piece of ceramic that is kind of all merged together, and it curves around to make the thumb. And then there's something that sinks in a little further that is sewn into the sack to make the arm.
Okay, so I move the murderer, set him up to the side. I get the victim. I'll pick them back up into like I am an okay person position.
Okay.
And
Some beans leak out if you take the knife out.
oh. Erda, the
Beans.
the knife is a real knife. It actually cut open the sack.
Yeah, it's a kitchen knife.
Of course.
Who gave this toy a real knife? Shouldn't it be
Forgive
like
my friends.
How it grasped it.
Forgive my friends. They like playing with dolls.
Shouldn't it be like a wooden knife?
No, I don't think.
The
Painted
handle is wood.
gray?
Hey, does the lizard lady seem okay? Does she look like she's in any distress?
She's eyeing y'all as or your compatriots as they're messing with the toys. but you don't hear any falter in her singing. Her
Okay.
face is a little hard to read, but you can make a streetwise check to try and understand her emotions if you'd like.
No, I mean, if she's not like bleeding or anything, then
I'll
I'm not
roll
gonna do
it.
anything.
Just to see. Let's see what
Okay.
happens.
All right. Yeah, that's a good roll. You actually got your little explosion on there, but you only got a 1 off the extra. All right. So with that roll, as you read her body language, you'll notice she is keeping a very close eye on the shelf and watching your friends as they are touching, or as White Ape, I guess, is touching the toys. The fact that nothing's moving doesn't, is probably reassuring, but you think she's probably more reassured just that she doesn't feel alone. She has all of y'all sitting there trying to, check out what's happening. So she's actually feeling safer now than she probably did when you saw her the first time when she went running out of the building.
Would you please tell us where the big ape touched you on this doll?
I'll kind of clap and reassure her during her performance.
Like,
Since
you're
you seem to
along
be good at
with
reading
her.
her, you can tell that she appreciates it. You can tell that she's smiling as she's singing and making that weird trilling noise that is melodic, but still very, very alien to
Foreign, yeah.
your non-reptilian ears. All right. At this point,
I have an ill feeling. But
Are you gonna? Are
It
you
as
gonna
might
be
have been
sick?
those
say,
beans
I
you ate.
have an ill feeling.
Are you gonna be sick, Erda? Are you gonna? Like-
Okay, please stop. I'm explaining a scene here.
Okay.
I said at this point, and he said, I have an ill feeling. I said, okay, so as you're saying, I have an ill feeling. The wind in here picks up, and if anyone is looking that way, let's see. Ezra can actually see this, or Esri. As you're standing there with your back to the wall, you can see that the front door is still closed, and the windows are still shuttered, but the wind in here does pick up. And Gesundheit.
Thank you.
And it actually just came from your sneeze.
pressure change.
As the wind picks up, everyone can hear like this low moaning sound, at which point the singing becomes kind of higher pitched, which with your roll from earlier, you detect that she is nervous. But at this point, you don't see anything like this. You just feel the wind and you hear the moaning sound. And
I'm gonna take that opportunity, Howard, to maybe move a little closer to her. I apologize to the men and say, "Excuse me a moment," and I walk over.
as
here.
you're walking away, one of the men's like, it's just an old building in the storm. It's just moaning. They do that.
Yeah. By the way, did you call Sarah's character Ezra?
Did I?
I don't know.
I said Ezra, and I think I corrected myself to Esri.
Yeah, I think she's
better
better
than Ezra.
Yeah, she's better than Ezra. Exactly. Ooh, 90s band references.
So close to her,
Boom.
Because we're old.
All right. The moaning intensifies a little. If any of you have spent a lot of time in the wooden structure, it's not that old dwarf was not wrong. Wooden structures do creak, especially in bad weather. They also creak when they're settling or when they have, hundreds and hundreds of pounds of snow on top of them.
I guess I don't have any powers for this that I've like put on my character sheet, but I feel like I have an affinity with spirits. So I'm just going to like reach out with my feelings and try and feel the spirit in the room.
All right. Due to the nature of your magic, you can reach out. I guess go ahead and just make a straight magic roll or mana roll.
Extra,
with
yeah.
Nothing added.
Oh, look at that.
It's not bad.
Not Respectable.
As you reach out with your magic, you're kind of like muttering something under your breath. Your hands are moving. As you're getting a sense of the place and the spirits there, you are able to feel the earth spirits beneath the building, and all I can give you based on your type of magic is that the earth spirits here do not feel unsettled. Beyond that, you just have the wrong tool for the job.
Yeah. I can't sense ghosts.
No.
I look at Erda and I say, the spirits of the earth seem just fine. I'm sure if you're gonna be sick, are you gonna be sick? Do we need to go outside?
No, that's not what I mean. I just have a feeling that something dark is at work here.
We knew that.
Figured that out. Just so that y'all know, right here on the bar, do you see like a darker line here-ish?
Yes.
That is actually a flap that raises up. For the two people that came in here the first time and saw Trabella running away, she lifted that flap up and then ran through this door here when she was exiting quickly.
Right.
So that you're aware that is there. At any point you decide to fuse it, you should know it's there.
By the way, guys, you do
Okay.
have zooming features on the map, so you can zoom in and out.
Okay.
Just reminding other people who don't use Roll20 that often. Okay.
Just staying uber aware of what's going on at this particular moment. Not doing anything weird. Just
I'm gonna like use my elf ears and try and track where the sound is coming from.
All right, cool. Make a search check.
That is acumen.
That is acumen. Unless
Okay.
you have a different skill that you think is more appropriate, I'm going to say search.
I would like to do something similar, Howard, but I have a different sense. And I'm going to use that sense to see if I can...
Is it the one that came with your magic school?
Exactly.
All right, sure. Go ahead and you roll that.
Oh, I actually have commune with earth as a spell.
Oh, well, then you probably could have rolled an extra die. Oh,
Okay.
wow. Okay, so you search. It feels like it's just kind of everywhere. It's maybe it's bouncing off the walls. You cannot pick out a source.
Right.
Like the moaning sound did pique Tom's interest, and he's curious about the source as well. So he'll also probably do a search.
Want to make a search check? Go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead and do that, and I will answer your question, then Erda's. All right,
damn, Tom. Damn.
Tom, with that search check, you know that the reason it sounds like it's kind of coming from everywhere, you're able to like pick it up. It's more like, imagine if I were just walking through the room, like I'm here, and then I walk to here, and then here, and then here, and just like in a circle. And I'm periodically increasing and decreasing the amount of volume as I am moaning. It sounds more like that. Erda, with that roll, you look around the room and you see it's like a distortion. It's not like maybe the Predator, with his heat suit or his whatever, his awesome suit. You see a distortion that is doing pretty much the same thing that I just described, making a circle around the room.
Just like pacing around the room?
Just pacing around the room. The distortion looks, you would say, maybe about the height of the average human or elf. Looks a little thicker than an elf, so you would guess if it were an invisible human, you would guess human. But based on the sense you used, it's not a person walking around invisibly distorting the air around them or anything. That is something else.
Distinctly something else.
Yes.
Okay, I am White Ape will see Erda become like curious. I'd say at first, like looking around the bar, around the immediate surrounding, and then slowly turn toward the rest of the entire establishment, and then sit there staring out quietly for like a solid like 30-45 seconds of complete quiet, and then he'll turn back toward White Ape and tap him on the shoulder.
As you just stare like into the middle distance, I'll take like an empty mug and put it in front of you in case like you feel the sickness coming up and you need something to... I've been there.
You're gonna spew in this.
I've been
Alright,
there. You're
Tom,
just kind of
are you
like, is it coming?
So Tom will just kind of turn around and somewhat approach,
But
the moaning circle, as I'm gonna call it, and like, do these two seem bothered by it at all?
I look
no,
at
they don't seem affected.
I look at
I
Erda.
mean, it's not like they can't hear it. I mean, they've even commented on the moaning, but they don't seem to be frightened or freaked out.
So
my-
Erda's tapped
Sorry, my
me.
phone's going crazy. Let me turn that off. There you go. No ring.
Erda's tapped me. I look at Erda and I say, "What's going on? You're acting very weird."
All right, Tom. As you're asking Erda that, Tom, I'm trying to figure out what you would roll for that. Make a metal check. That's under charisma. If you don't have it, make a straight charisma roll.
Hold on a second. Let me open up my window. So charisma, yeah. So I'll just do a straight up charisma roll.
All right. You, that's a fail. I'm sorry. As you try to get in the path of this circle, at first nothing happens and you hear it getting a little bit louder. And then all of a sudden you feel a chill pass through your entire form. And you honestly, you have this like weird flash in your head where you can actually imagine what it would be like to be dead. And this just takes you, this feeling of death. And it's kind of frightening to you. And for the next minute of roleplay, you are kind of terrified. You can roleplay that however you like, but just understand that you feel mortal terror.
So
You purposely stood in the path of the creature, and it walked through you.
So I look over at White Ape and I go, it just feels so close. Like, can't you see it? Like, you can just reach out and, Tom, no, don't touch it.
I'm like, are you messing with me?
I get up and I push Tom. I like literally try to shove him out of the way.
All right. Tom is already freaking out, but yes.
yeah, like he's like trying to shift his body a little bit to like make sure that he's still alive. He's like doing a little bit of his shape shifting, like changing the size of his limbs just to kind of make sure, like I can still feel my limbs, sort of like motion.
Gonna explode just like his speed.
He's hugging himself.
It's about
Can
to
the re-
soar.
can the rest- Can the rest of us in the room see this creature, or just them?
No, only Erda has an ability that allows him to see what's going on, and even then, he doesn't exactly see. He only kind of sort of sees. That's why I described it as like a shimmer or a distortion.
Which is why I also described it as more of a feeling rather than I can definitely see it. It's more
Okay,
like
so he's the only one who knows it's there.
Right. I will say though, I need everyone to go ahead and make an initiative check at this point, which is going to be acumen, just straight acumen, and we'll see who rolls the best.
How do you need to do that? You need to click on your character or something, you said?
If you open your character sheet, you can just click on your acumen without clicking one of the skills and roll it.
Well, dang, I got
you're on
really
guard.
lucky.
I
All
think
right.
that's easy to
Tom,
say.
23,
You
look
are
at you
on
go.
guard.
All right, that's Tom. Erda is 16.
Yep.
White Ape is 21.
Tom is
Twinkle
so
is
freaked out.
That he's like on edge.
Exactly.
He's just going, oh.
I have no idea. I don't know what a frightened mushroom looks like. I think maybe that's normal for you.
You know when you look at a pizza and you see the mushroom sitting on there, that's
Oh,
the
no.
reaction you get.
Oh no, Tom's drunk. He's touching himself.
Yeah, right?
How does a mushroom even come and talk to you?
You didn't even see me drink any alcohol this time.
Holy shiitake, Batman.
Right?
Maybe it's some kind of atmospheric pressure that intoxicates mushrooms. I don't know.
There's just not enough
There's
evidence.
just no telling.
Yeah.
I go on 20, which is a great roll, but not the first. So, Tom, what would you? I know that you're frightened right now, but describe your current exact actions.
Whew. So, like, if even if Tom would have any ability to interact with any spirits, I don't think he can do much of anything. He would probably defensively like throw like a pod in the path of the entity and
All right.
try to see if he could like try to catch it there or
All right,
like set off
so
like a trap.
You can
of
do any
sorts.
roll you can normally do. You are currently one die down from the terror effect. So if you normally have 6d6, you're rolling 5d6. That make sense?
Okay. So if I do my Saiyan pod instead of 5, it'll be 4.
Right.
All right, just making sure. Taking note of that change.
All right. And you're just throwing it in his path?
Yeah, just in its path, and if it sets it off, it should like kind of entrap it.
All right.
And, like-
So you're just like trying to lay it down like a trap?
Yeah.
Okay. Ping the square you want to put your pod in.
So like if this is like where I previously was standing,
Mhm.
like I'm assuming Erda, moving back. So I'll set it up here, and then I'll like kind of like go up to White Ape, and like put an arm on him and say bad spirit. Bad spirit. Like just kind of like shaking his shoulder a bit.
Bad touch.
That's fine. White Ape, what are you up to? What are you?
I'm
Tom's coming over and saying bad spirits. What are you doing?
I'm very mad that I can't see this thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I'm like, I look at Tom. Where? What? Where? I can't see it.
Path. Like he's trying to gesture like it's going in a circle around that one table. Path.
Okay.
I have a question. What kind of like is there like salt on the table? Are there any condiments, or is there like nothing like that?
No, not left out on the tables. It's not a fancy place. You could probably get salt and pepper from the bar if you wouldn't ask.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say, Tom, stay right here. And I'm gonna
Like Tom nods. Like
I'm gonna
yeah,
run
very
up.
fast.
I'm just gonna sprint across the room, and
All
I'm
right,
gonna
so
ask.
each square is 2 meters. I believe you can all move 10, unless anybody has something changing their movement.
All right. One. It's
So 5
squares,
squares.
so I guess.
5 squares.
So,
You were here.
okay, I'm just gonna do it like this.
1, 2, 3, 4. You could get to here, or maybe here.
Okay, I'm gonna. You said I can move 10
5
meters.
squares. 5 squares.
Oh, 5 squares. You said I can get to here? Okay,
Yeah,
that's
you
5
get there.
squares. And I get to there, and I look at the bartender. I just like, quick, get me some salt now.
Okay. At that point, the only one who really notices anything, Erda.
Yep.
Tom was originally here, and the creature passed through him coming from this direction towards this way. You came over and kind of comforted him, tried to pull him out of the way, at which point the creature was about here moving on. All right?
Yeah.
you'll see this happen, but it's not your turn to act. Basically, you see the distortion move at a quickened pace towards Twinkle and Trabella. And at this point, I think I'm going to attempt to attack both of them, which is going to lower my pool by 1 die, but that's fine. And then I'm going to first hit Twinkle, assumably.
With a cool
I
whip.
think I'm going to hit her. We'll see.
Do it with your cool whip.
All right. And as Twinkle's not acted yet, we know that she is a base 10 to hit her, 17 hits. Twinkle, you feel a horrible coldness pass through you. And like Tone, you have experienced what it's like to be dead for a minute. You don't really understand why, but this just mortal terror is running through your body. You are down 1 die on all future rolls for the next 1 minute. At which point I will now attack Trabella in a different way, but still down 1 die because I attacked 2 people. Hey,
Ooh.
Trabella
Stop
is
it, you nasty thing.
Trabella is the music abruptly stops as she is suddenly lifted up in the air. Her those frilly things on her sides of her neck, those little fins that were kind of out and while making that trilling noise, are suddenly look like they're crushed up against her neck, and she is lifted up in the air.
Oh, yikes.
Her feet are a full foot off the ground. And since you have seen it up to this point, while the distortion is hard to keep your focus on, it's not like you're just watching it clearly. It's just you see the distortion for a moment, and then it's gone, and you focus, and you kind of see it again. Erda, you see, well, either the distortion is taller than before, or it is just off the ground.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then, after my turn, Erda, is now your turn to do a thing. Do a thing.
Ooh, okay. That's a lot to take in. It is apparently affecting something corporeal. So maybe it can be affected by corporeal things? That might be a stretch. What do I know? Can I make a roll to try to identify what could be useful in combating a spirit?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and make a scholar check.
Okay.
If you have an appropriate specialization, you can roll that as well, but I don't think you do.
Unless something like necromancy would work.
I'm making
That would work if you had that.
I'm making a leap of faith based on like superstition that maybe salt works against ghosts because salt circles, and I don't know, maybe.
Might. It worked on Supernatural, darn it.
I know, right? I've never actually watched that show.
Erda, if it's a ghost, and you have every reason right now to believe it's some sort of undead phantasmal force, it will not be easily affected by physical objects that are non-magical, but it will be easily affected by things that are powered by mana. You can rip it apart with magic if you want. Just solid objects will mostly pass through it, doing only a fraction of the normal damage.
Okay. So kind of what I figured. Here's what I'm going to do. I would like to take my sword out of its scabbard.
All right. Oh, big old heavy sword.
Yeah.
In your tiny little arms.
And as I lug it out, I'm going to almost like exaggerate how heavy the blade is.
Okay.
In order to draw blood from my own hand with a down slice of the blade, like taking the heft into my hand.
All right.
And I'm going to attempt to pull on my magical ability to pull life force away from this ghost.
Interesting. All right, cool. Roll for tetanus. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Shit, I only have a 1 physique. I'm screwed. I'm gonna have lockjaw for life. All
right, go ahead and make your magical attack roll.
Okay.
trying to see the distance here. There are rules for distance. And I don't remember all of the rules offhand, so I'm going to look it up. I apologize.
How dare you, good sir?
I put them in the handouts. Y'all can read them too.
That is true.
Yeah, but we didn't write them. You did.
Range, short distance up to 10
You
meters.
know this
Basic spell
stuff.
effects require a 15 to work.
Oh, it's casting
Medium
magic.
range up to 20 meters. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm what? 2 meters per square.
Right.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So 10 meters away.
Yeah, you're within 10.
Okay, so that's okay, so 10, 15. All right, so I rolled. Oh, I haven't rolled yet. Let me-
Also an additional 5 to your TN. Basically,
Okay.
I've been doing that in my head, but you have an additional 5 because the creature is unseen. Oh, well, no, you really can't see it. You just kind of sense the direction.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of know a general area.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh.
So, would you
So-
like to spend a character point?
Yeah, I will. I definitely will.
Go for it. You can spend as many as you like.
I'll spend 2 character points to
You
start
can,
with.
just so you know, you can spend them one at a time and keep adding also.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend 2 to start with.
All right. Cool. All right.
So
you have
plus 7,
exceeded-
that's what is that?
All
An
right.
18?
Well, you had a 16 before, right?
Yeah, but I
Oh
had
no,
to,
I see. That was
Yeah.
actually a fail, or not a fail, but a. Okay, so that would have actually taken away a 5 and
a
1.
5 and a
So
1. So
you were
10.
at
So
10,
I'm
so
at
yeah,
17.
you're at 17 now.
Let me spend another character point then. Add 19. Okay, I'll spend one more. Oop. Okay, that's 24.
All right, that hits. You have hit. Now, do you know how to do the damage, or do I need to read that to you? Or
I think I know how to do the damage. It's in that same.
magical damage is based on your raw mana power. To figure the magical damage die code, drop the pips from your mana die code, which you don't have any.
Yeah.
So whatever your mana die is, divide it by 2, round up.
Okay, cool. So 2.
Right. And unless you have anything else that would affect the damage, it's just straight that.
So 9.
Oh, that's a good hit. Very good
A
hit.
solid hit.
All right. 9 damage. You can incapacitate your target. Very good hit.
Oh wow, that is an insanely good hit. Yeah.
So that you know, because you made the roll earlier, I will let you know this really annoying fact. Most things that are constructs or undead are immune to wound penalties.
Oh great. Well, that's good to know.
They lack nervous systems.
I'm assuming I had to do some damage to myself in order to do this. So how would I record that damage? How do you want me to record that?
That's actually considered the bruised damage.
Okay.
If you look at the got wounds handout, if you're bruised, essentially your toughness absorbs most of the attack. It says your hair is mussed or your clothes are torn. You'll have some scrapes, bruises, blah blah blah. Essentially, unless you get hit in that same round, if you get in that same round for the equivalent of a bruise, will bump up to stunned. But if you don't get hit in that round, it goes away at the end of the round.
Okay. Cool. All right.
All right, and nothing hit you so far this round.
Yeah,
So
far.
you do that. The creature is affected. You can feel the energy drawing from it. Anyone watching, you watch as Erda reaches into the air with the sword. Apparently has some possible wound on his hand just from grabbing that thing. He's got that ridiculously large sword out, pointed kind of at the effect or whatever it is that's holding Trebella in the air. And a weird reddish smoky energy begins to draw out of the air into the sword, and the moaning becomes this like hollow, almost gasping sound, which is very unnerving. But the moaning stops and becomes that sound, which definitely tells you, if you hadn't already figured it out, it's not the building settling.
Yeah. The wood is no longer just creaking.
And with that, I will say that the NPCs are all kind of staring up. They've been kind of freaking out since Trabella was in the air, but even now, additionally freaked out because you seem to have the magic to combat this curse. Finally, someone, a hero, has stepped forth. After Urda, unless there was anything else you could do, you didn't announce any additional actions, so I'm assuming not.
No, that's it.
All right,
Yeah.
Twinkle.
This is kind of unconventional, but I still don't see anything there. So what I'm gonna do is run underneath the lizard woman and try to like give her something to stand on so she's not being choked.
Okay. You could try to lift her, or you could just slide a chair over real quick.
I'll hold her. I'm gonna like run underneath her and grab her legs and kind of hoist her up so she's not choking to death, basically.
All right. There is a skill called lift under
I have it.
physique.
Lifting. Yep.
Nice.
Go ahead and make a lift roll. It's not a difficult check to just pick something up, but the more you can do, the more you're helping.
I clicked on it. Nothing happened.
Didn't work?
Hold on. Let me try again.
Oh, sometimes
There
you
we
have to like go and like roll.
There it goes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually a very good roll. Look at you. You just run up and you get into just the perfect right position, even though you have like these tiny, skinny little elven arms. You're very lithe, but somehow you just lift her directly up to where her knees actually bend a little as she's able to now stand on your hands. And you've helped her significantly. She looks semi-relieved by your aid, but not relieved yet because something is still choking her out.
Yeah.
All right, and that brings us to last but definitely not least, Esri. It took you a moment watching all this go on, but now you spring into action and...
Can I use shadow magic on this thing?
You don't see a reason why not, except he's hard to see. Well, you don't know what you're aiming at, but you do see a red curl of some sort of magical energy,
Okay.
some almost smoky energy coming out of something in front of Trabella.
Okay. Do I have to see it to use night terrors, or can I just take it off?
Technically, no, you don't. Not really.
Okay.
I mean, you know that there's something there. You assume
Okay,
it's an entity.
I'm going to focus night terrors on that that creature.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and make your night terrors roll. The TN that you're trying to hit is 15 because, again, it's invisible.
All righty.
But thankfully, somebody put a mark on it to give you an idea of what hex to aim at or what square on the mat to aim at. Okay, you have
Yes.
exceeded it. Cool. What is your total mana, your mana attribute?
Let me see. Hang on. It is 3.
All right. 3 halves to 1.5, round up to 2. Roll 2 dice, and whatever you roll on those dice is the damage you will be inflicting.
Okay. Let me see here. Where do I go to just roll 2 dice?
On the left, you see the column with there's a D20 in that column of symbols. If you click the D20, it'll give you all kinds of options to roll stuff.
Oh, okay.
You just change the D to 6 if
Yeah,
it's already
I
there
see
and
it.
roll 2.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. There's no exploding or ones in damage. It's just whatever you roll, so that's good news. So you did 7. The creature was already at the in-cap level. They don't take wound penalties, but they do take wounds. So let me get the wound chart out real quick.
Oh yeah, sure. It had its hand chopped off, but it's still moves around like a disembodied phantom limb.
If y'all are following along, referring to the players, not the people at home, If y'all open the Got Wounds handout just to help you understand how combat works, we haven't had a lot of combat yet. If you look at the chart, you'll see the damage on the left, and on the right you see the effects. She did 7 points. This creature is already at the incapacitated level, which means between 9 and 12 points of damage. That what she did is not enough to exceed that, but is an effective hit, which means the creature that is hit goes automatically just 1 level higher, which in this case the equivalent of mortally wounded. However, again, still immune to the wound penalty. It doesn't have to roll or fall unconscious or anything like that. It's a ghost. But she has hit it, and now the gasping sounds actually starts to. They just become like dimmer, like it's not as powerful as before. But and also you'll notice that Trabella is lowering, like it doesn't have as much strength as before, but it is still strangling her.
What did you hit her with?
Nothing's changed on initiative yet.
Oh.
All right. And what everyone sees when she casts. Let's see. All right. You watch as the shadows gather around her feet, underneath her cloak, and fly upwards up towards this creature. And they look like large men with weapons, but they're just these weird shadowy figures. And they run up and they are just beating on what appears to be nothing from y'all's point of view. But it does seem to be having an effect. And that is the end of that round. Tom, we are back at you.
Your pod did nothing, Tom. It did nothing.
It was in the wrong place, but he had no way to know that. The creature's invisible. He didn't know I'm going to make
That's fair.
check.
Hey,
Yeah,
he knows
like
where it is
Tom
now.
assumed that it was still gonna run around in circles like the little jerk it was. But after seeing the commotion, Tom wants to help the poor choking lizard lady. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
He puts a pod in her mouth.
How'd you know my plan?
Don't worry,
All right.
this will breathe
So that
for
you know. Tom/Matt.
Hmm?
The
What's
way
up?
combat works, the way your turn works in this game, it's a little different than other games. You declare all of your actions and then you start doing them. So if one of your
Oh.
actions is movement, that will take you 1 die down on all your other actions so that you're aware. You're also 1 die down because you're scared. But that doesn't stop you from doing things, just letting you know. But that
Okay.
also means that if you decide you want to, let's say you had a crossbow and you're going to I'm going to shoot that guy, cock it and shoot that guy, load it and shoot that guy. That's 5 actions because there are 2 loads and 3 shots. And so you're down, you'd be down 4 dice for all of those actions, which loading doesn't matter, but it matters for the shots. So just so you know, so if your first of your actions was to move, was the second of your actions?
Okay, so from where I'm at, am I able to also help Twinkle hold up the lizard lady?
Yeah, I mean, you're taller than Twinkle. You can just reach over her and grab the lizard lady and lift her up a little if you want. Or you can
Or try to get her out of the grip of the phantom?
certainly try.
All
You
right.
can try and grab at the creature you can't see. You know that there's something there.
All right. So let's see. My lifting is 4, but gotta knock it down to 2 because of the penalties. Howard.
I,
All right. So let me go ahead and do 0, I assume, because of the 1 die.
let me see. All right. Were you down to 2 dice? Oh, then yeah, that's just a fail. That's a crit fail. All right. So with a crit fail, something additional happens. In this case,
Wonderful.
you go to try and help her, and you realize that you have unwittingly placed yourself back inside that feeling that freaked you out before. Go ahead and make another metal check.
Another what check?
Charisma check in your case if you don't have the skill of metal.
Okay.
It's like a willpower roll. That's almost made it. Very close.
Can I spend a character point?
I was just gonna say that. Yes, you can.
Yeah, all right. So take one down, pass it around, and how do I roll for that?
Just roll a d6. Sevens explode. Ones are worth 1 point.
Sevens explode? Don't you mean
Or
sixes
sixes explode. Sorry. Yeah, if you roll a
I
seven.
was,
He can roll a 7. That's impressive.
Well, no,
Well,
if he
actually,
rolled like a 7, he cheated because he used the higher die code.
Right? He rolls a d10 and calls it a d6.
Don't worry about that.
there, I rolled a 7.
Anyway, go ahead. All right, so you got a 4. That raised you to a 13.
Uh-huh.
You're able to resist a deepened version of this effect, which was about to take hold. You can feel like that feeling closing in around you, and like darkness almost takes you, but you're able to just and focus your mind and shrug it off with the force of your own willpower.
Whew.
All right,
Glad I powered through that.
and that will end your turn, White Ape.
All right.
You say give me salt on 1. I let my NPCs with no initiative will do things, and he put salt up there. All right.
All right.
Whatever.
I'm assuming that is it a bowl of salt or is it like
It's a shaker of salt.
a shaker? God dang it. I'm
You run up and shake it.
Can
I
he
was-
unscrew it?
Yeah, he can.
I'm wondering if salt is a stone like rock that I can use my magic to
It is
like,
technically a crystal, an
You
elemental.
can certainly try.
and I'm gonna use my stone strike to stone strike whatever the shadowy creatures are attacking with the salt.
Are you gonna open the shaker?
No, only with the pellets that can make it through the top.
Yeah.
Those are the
I guess I'll just throw it on the ground to break it.
Okay. He seems annoyed.
Yeah,
Go ahead and make a physique check to bust it.
Or actually, would it?
He's
Let me ask you a question.
There's a phantom lifting one of the singers up.
Before
Like, some people are helping fight.
Matt,
the
hang on.
phantom.
Let Corey talk.
before I do this, it's gonna
Uh-huh.
cost 2 actions: one to like get the thing open, and one to shoot the salt. Right?
Well, I was gonna let you, if you make a physique check to smash that thing quick enough, I would not charge you an action, but I would charge you one to sit there and properly open it and then dump the stuff out. But if you smash it, yeah, sure, but it's a physique check. I know you elves are not the physique.
No, we're puny, weak little babies. So I'll spend the action. It'll
you have
behoove,
adorably big eyes.
it'll behoove me more then to open the salt shaker and then shoot the salt like a dagger at the guy. Is there? Oh, I don't know if there's a way to get an extra die out of this, but I'm down to 3 dice, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hope it works. Not only do I hope the spell goes off, but I also hope that salt does something to a ghost.
I'm hoping you don't critically fail and splash me in the eyes with salt right now.
I'm just dragging her down, being choked.
That's an 11.
That's an 11, but you can't actually see the creature, and therefore you're sending the salt up there in kind of a twirling pattern, but you don't see it making contact. Would you want to try and character point it, or just give up?
Like I'll need a 15, I'm sure.
You're at an 11.
Yeah,
It's
and
50-50. If you spend a character point, you got a 50-50 shot.
that is like the
What you
medium, right? Because I rolled a 6 and I rolled a 1 and I rolled a 4, so it's probably like that's like a middle roll. Nah,
It really is.
I'm just gonna let the salt like. I'll be like,
So Twinkle
where
goes
is it,
out
guys?
for
I can't see it.
her giant eyes get a salt.
Tom's head is
salt.
Tom's head is just clearing from trying to resist that effect. He's like, I smell the sea. That's
I
great.
know what the sea
Sodium
is.
chloride. I could use that to start strengthening my firmament.
Well, you might not know what the sea is, but you would know what salt is. Yeah. Salty. Ghosts are salty.
Yeah.
Really,
They
if
are.
I
They're
spend
very
a character point to make it happen, and salt doesn't even affect it, that's like a wasted character point. I'm not gonna do it. I'd rather just look really
All right, then.
impressive
It's now
shooting
the
salt
ghost
around
turn.
the room.
The ghost has been pretty hurt. It didn't. Let's see. I'm trying to decide if is this worth it? This is not worth it. Trabella is dropped, which means she
Into my
pretty much
arms.
falls on Twinkle.
I'll catch her. I got her. I have her. I'm holding her anyway.
Yeah. Because of your really good roll earlier, you are not immediately just like overwhelmed, but she's heavy compared to
Yeah.
whatever your gear is. She's a whole person.
Mm-hmm.
Trabella's dropped on Twinkle. The ghost is going to
Attack Tom.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8.
Thanks. I had you back, Twinkle,
The
but
ghost
I
is
guess
gonna
you don't
double
have
move.
mine.
No, I just thought it would be
And
funny
attack
that
Tom. Well, yeah, attack Tom. Because only
Wonderful.
because he's there. You're in the path of the door.
The
So
path of
Tom,
most resistance.
yeah,
I mean, he is a ghost. He could go through walls. Not like he's a
Could.
fire.
well, that you know what? I don't know why I'm not thinking of that. You make an excellent point.
It's a
The ghost.
Oh,
will go through the wall.
thanks. Thanks, Tarek.
I'm just saying, it's common logic with
No,
it's
that's-
ghost law.
I
Tom,
accept.
it's ghost
I
law.
accept that tip.
look.
It will go through the wall, which means it goes through Trabella, and it'll go ahead and hit Twinkle while we're at it, because I can hit both of them and then go through the wall.
Thanks,
Tarek. Tarek, it's not
Thanks, Tarek.
common
we could
knowledge.
have taken care of the problem.
down.
And you had to open your
For my
fat
career.
mouth.
Hey, I'm gonna add in that last
Boy.
time you did this, Howard, you didn't give me a charm check because I
Look,
could have.
if you're not
that.
used, I'm sorry.
That's because you had. Well, I guess I could have let you have the check, even though it was a crit fail. Was it
Yeah.
a crit fail?
No.
Oh
you
no, it's
attacked
because
me.
I attacked you.
Yeah.
The other times the person's just once was an accidental getting in the way, and the other time was a crit fail.
Tarek, you mean opening your fat mouth? Sure,
Yes.
it's a commonly accepted ghost law.
No, look,
All
if
right,
you're not
so the attack on
if
first
you're not a
attack,
ghost for a
Twinkle.
while, you might not think of it. You're still thinking like a human,
All
right?
that's a hit.
True.
And then to attack the Trabella, that's a hit. Actually, could be slightly better, but it doesn't really matter. It's the same effect either way. Well, why not? It's fun. I like to roll dice. Okay,
You like to push buttons.
I do like to push buttons. I wish I had real dice, but I could just start saying I'm rolling dice, and I'm doing really well.
I wish I had real buttons.
So, all right, both of you. Well, Twinkle, you were already affected, right?
Mhm.
To get the worst effect, you do get a defense roll. Go ahead and make the metal check. Trabella is not previously affected. She's affected now. So she is terrified, which honestly, she was pretty scared anyway.
That's fair.
All right, Twinkle, you resist the effect. You get like Tom, you feel like your vision's starting to go dark, and that coldness is just taking a hold of you. But through the force of your amazing, charming personality, you're able to just kind of shrug it off, and through your own self-confidence, and just, this is not real, it's not happening, I'm better than this, and boom, you shrug off this effect. And as you open your eyes, you have a sobbing lizard woman is in your arms.
I will hold her very compassionately.
And the effect, it appears to be gone. I think Erda would have been next, right?
Yeah,
Erda, the source that you were seeing before, your best guess is it might have just gone through the wall.
shit.
Just follow it through the wall, Tarek.
Yeah. Or to just run slams into the wall.
Now that would be a sight to behold.
I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I run to the oh crap. I run to the door, literally,
Okay.
and I will attempt to like just burst through that, not like destroy it, but like pick up the thing, same as the reptilian did, or reptiloid, and then bust through the door.
That thing just, I mean, it's just a casual flip of the hand and it goes right up.
Yeah,
It
okay.
just
So,
basically is there to look like a way to bar people from entering. But anyone who tries can usually do it.
yeah,
There is
And
a latch to lock it, but it's not currently locked.
I would just like to
You'll
add
see
that
that latch as you lift it up.
if Corey had spent that damn character point, this might have all been a moot point.
True.
Or it might have not worked at all.
We'll never know, shall we?
so I will like open the door and bust out of it, basically. And I guess that's my turn.
Yeah, this is as far as you can get. This is the door right here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. After Erda is Twinkle.
I draw my ruby red dagger and I protect that lizard lady like she's my own little baby.
Okay. And Esri.
I am going to follow Erda.
All right.
How far can I
You
get?
can
Oh
get
shit!
there. If you'd like to double your movement, just make an athletics, or not athletics, I'm sorry, a running check, which is under physique. If you don't have it, it's a straight physique check.
Which is why I didn't roll.
If you, the difficulty goes like this. If you wanted to double your movement, the difficulty is only 5. It's just basically breaking out into a light jog. But if you want to
Okay.
do triple your movement, the difficulty is 10, and so on.
All right, so just a physique roll if I don't have run.
Yeah. Nope. You go, and much like you did when you went running out of this building,
Man,
you didn't crit fail or anything. You didn't hit a 0, but you are too low. You stumble. You get to about, we'll say you get about here, before you just like you're trying to move around them, and you're thinking you're gonna run, and you don't really end up getting there. Sorry, you're not as athletic as you wish you were.
clearly.
Don't worry, I'm not either.
You can
All right.
you can assume that it's really Twinkle and Trebella's fault for being in the path.
Yeah, I trip over them or something. All right, so I'm just gonna keep following him on my next turn.
All right. We're at the top of the round. Tom, are you staying in this, going with them?
The action I was planning, or actions I was planning to follow was like create like a nice soft pod for Trebella to take comfort in, or take comfort with, something nice and plush like a pillow, and then try to see if I could chase the rest of the group.
So you're gonna grow her a mushroom beanbag.
Yes, a mushroom bean bag.
Well,
Sounds comfy.
I have her firmly in my arms, Tom. I'm holding her.
Yeah,
And-
she's
Well,
got
both of you can use
Hey,
it.
She's got an
All right,
elven
go ahead and
beanbag
make your
already.
pod roll, and a big mushroomy thing will appear beneath the both of them. You
As
will.
we take a
You're
nap.
still one die down.
Oh, you want me to re-roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, that would be a big bonus to you by making you one die down and taking off the last die. So-
Eh.
I thought he did. It says 5 minus
Oh.
1d6.
I think I goofed.
No, it's that thing. That's when it's
Even better.
Figuring it out for you. He has 5 dice. It's -1 because that 1 is then re-rolled as a wild die. That's
Oh,
what the
okay.
exclamation
That
point means.
explodes. Yeah.
Well, this
Right,
one came
so
out
that
even
got
better.
Yeah. All right. So with that roll, a big comfy mushroom appears beneath them, and you can we can't move though, because you did 5 dice.
All right,
yeah.
so I'll just prepare for the movement
All right.
action.
All right. That's Tom. White Ape.
I don't
gotta-
know. I don't know what I'm doing.
I
Keep
mean, I
playing
got a
with your
bed
So-
and everything. If you do some mood music, Corey, this could be like a really romantic moment for me and the lizard lady.
I don't know how to deal with ghosts. I am so out of my league, which is kind of neat. Like everybody else is doing so better than me, and This is kind of neat. I love ghosts, and I can't do anything about it. It's kind of terrifying.
Just try to run after it and hug it.
I
Right after
don't.
be like, I love you, come back.
I
I
don't
want to
want.
feed you all the schnitzel.
I don't want to.
You need to make a clay pot with her.
I don't want to pay
Did you
for
see the
salt
movie?
though, so I'm going to put the salt back in the salt shaker.
You magically whisk all the salt back. Just make your mana check for that. I don't think you're down any dice right now. I think you're one of the few people that's not affected.
Nope.
I hope your customers enjoy floor salt, and considering the interior design of this place, it might be a fitting condiment.
It might have actually cleaned it up a bit.
Well, I didn't fail.
As you hand the filled salt shaker back to her, actually, you don't. Holy crap!
Yeah, no.
That's a
I missed the salt. I knock over the salt shaker, but I get a lot in it. I get.
basically it flows back towards the salt shaker, and just as you think it's going to go in, you release the spell confidently, and the salt, thinking the salt will all just pour right in, but slightly off center, it goes right onto the floor next to you. The dwarf is staring at you like, what the hell?
I'm new at this.
I'm still learning.
I'm a student.
I'm a freshman in college. I don't understand.
I'm still learning, sir. Don't judge me. It's my first day. I just got to town, sir.
I swear I will correct the accounting on this.
I apologize. Don't kill my
All right.
parents.
The ghost does something, and then it is now Erda's turn. Erda, there's no real drawing beyond that door, but you can run out there, and I will tell you what you see when you get
Yeah,
to
I'll
here.
basically run out there and look around to see if there's any mayhem going on. Basically.
All right, so you get to here. It's going to cost you 3 steps of your movement because you open the door. 3 squares of movement center.
Okay.
Because you can't diagonal because of the shape of the thing. So you'd have to go here, door, and then here.
And then out. Yeah.
All right. So that's 3 steps of movement. You get out to the back alley, and you see this is the lower quarter. This particular building is not against the wall. There's another like alley, and then there's a row of more buildings, and then the wall is beyond that. As you look around, you will have to make a new check to see anything.
Okay, so before I make the check, let me state plainly, my intention was to come outside, search to see if I could see anything. If I do see anything, then I plan on using my teleport ability, special ability, to teleport closer to them, which is 10 meters closer.
Okay, cool.
So that's my intentions, and I'll have to probably roll for all of these things. So I'm just wanting to let you know ahead of time. Here's my search roll.
Okay.
-1 die.
Well,
Oh,
minus
it's supposed to be -2?
dice? Yeah.
Okay, let me do it again.
Not that it matters.
Yeah,
Oh,
9.
well, it's slightly better. Do you want to spend a character point?
Yeah, I'll spend a character point. 9.
Because essentially your goal is to move, search, and teleport.
Yes.
So that's 3 things. So you're down 2 dice.
So that's 11 or 12. I will spend 1 more because not that you have to tell me what the TN is, but I'm guessing this is pretty hard. I'm trying to get myself up to a 15. That's a 14. I guess I'll spend 1 more.
Now, as soon as you break 10, that's what you need to know the existence of the creature.
Okay.
And you get a general direction. Now, if you want to continue tracking it while it moves, well, you would have to continuously make that roll, but you see the distortion again at 10.
Okay, cool.
You're still down when it comes to attacking, but let's see. I'm trying to remember where the ghost was. It went through here. That's 1. Basically, the ghost would have gone away. Where is the? There it is. Trying to find the roller thingy. No, there. That's more accurate. Five, 6, 8, 9, 10. And then it went again. It is off the map, but you are able to basically you would see it. It is this direction where I'm pinging. If I'm pinging, it's not pinging. I got the wrong.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. In this
Yeah.
direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It went this direction, and it is like 3 more boxes off the map.
Okay. I will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will, I guess, teleport to here then
Yeah.
and continue moving. Next
Okay.
challenge.
You have like 2 steps of movement left. You can still, or 2 boxes of movement.
Oh
left
yeah,
you can still use.
that's true. I'll take the 2 steps as well.
I don't care
And
in what order you use them. It just as long as you move, you are down 1 die. So
Yeah.
so that you know, there's a thing that basically it's called the 2-step rule. If your bad guy is here, it is not considered a thing for you to go to here and attack.
Oh really? So as long as you're within 2 steps of the person.
2 steps or 1, or if there's only 1 box between you.
Okay, that makes sense.
You can take 2 steps and whack someone without losing a die.
Sounds good. Okay. So I guess that's my turn. Once I can get eyes on it, basically, is when I can actually, as long as I'm within a certain amount of range. So I'm going to try to chase it down.
All right, and it is kind of hauling away from y'all. I mean, it was pretty messed up. Y'all did way better than I thought you would against an invisible foe.
It went way faster than I can actually move, so I might not even be able to keep up with this thing.
It is fast.
Yeah. Okay.
And if it sees you, it's going to do the athletics checks to double its movement, which is going to make it go whoosh. So, and it does see you. I mean, you're not invisible. All right, so Twinkle, you're next. Are you staying there and accompanying the whirl?
Essentially, Howard, that's what I'm going to do just until she's. I mean, I even have something that might be able to help her out if she's severely injured or anything.
She, her breathing's a little bit raspy because she was being strangled.
Like, you want a medicine check to assess her
Sure,
or
yeah,
heal
go
her?
ahead and do that. All right. Yeah, with the 14, she would, if she didn't have scales, you know that she'd have some serious bruising on her neck.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't easily see it. But some of her scales are actually like flipped and turned, like they were like whatever grabbed her had some serious force to its grasp.
Mm-hmm.
But you're able to kind of like massage her throat and kind of like pull at it and just kind of get the scales back into place and just kind of help her out with that medicine check. She's at the wounded level, which means basically with a night's rest or 2, she's going to be okay probably.
Yeah, nothing serious.
Yeah, she's not going to die from this, but it would have killed her if given enough time.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all had not been there doing something.
Gotcha.
All
That's
right, is
me.
there anything else you want to do on your turn?
No, just taking care of her. It's
All
all
right.
good right now.
Esri.
I'm gonna continue following Erda.
All right. You can get to here with 4 of your 5 boxes and open the door with the 5th. If you make the athletics check, you could, in theory, though, get all the way to here.
Well, technically, the door might still be open.
Well, that's true. The door actually probably is still open, so I'll let you just get to there. And then, so if you want to make the athletics check, you get to here. Otherwise, you may not make it quite as far as you did.
All right, well, I will give it a shot. Sorry, athletics is under physique or?
Yeah,
Well,
physique.
you need a physique
Running.
running. Sorry. I'm saying athletics because I've played too much Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay, so I'm hitting physique. That's okay.
Correct. Okay. That is enough to double your movement. You can get to this spot right here.
Cool.
There you go. All right. And here, turn you that way because you're running.
Thank you.
And you don't actually see anything, but you do see which way Erda is running.
Okay. I assume he sees something, so I'm following him.
All right. For the people in the bar, unless y'all have combat actions, I'm gonna go ahead and drop the scene for you guys and let you
Yeah, that's
do
fine.
whatever you'd like to do.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna be too handy against a ghost anyway, so.
All right.
They
Tom,
won't
is that
drink
all
your
right with you?
potions.
Matt, were you
Yeah,
like,
that's
out?
fine. I probably wouldn't have been able to do anything against the ghost either, unless my plant magic has at least something that can do against it.
All right. Corey, the dwarf demands 3 copper to replace his salt.
Well, let me try this one more time. I can recover the salt.
I don't want the salt that's been on the floor.
I'll
But
filter it. Don't worry.
fine.
While you might be able to filter it, it's been on the floor and he doesn't see the filtering.
All you need to do is put it in a pot of water, boil it, and you got salt again. Clean and heated and treated.
And actually, dirt and dust on the floor would be equally affected as salt by being lifted up by you. So,
Yeah, it's all dirt. It's
Oh, one other thing, Howard. I'll do my little cantrip to clean her up, make sure she's not all disheveled and everything from this whole little ordeal.
3 copper.
That's about it.
okay. She seems to appreciate the attention. All right. And for the 2 that are still technically in combat, what you're basically going to see is it sees y'all pursuing them. When it gets back to the ghost's movement, which is now, the ghost sees you coming and just sinks into the ground.
I kind of, run and then slow my momentum until I stop, like kind of skid to a stop, and I'll drop the heft of the sword toward the ground and stand there. Pull my cloak down and sheathe the sword, the back of my, onto the sheath on my back. I'll turn back around and then spot Esri behind me and, oh, I didn't realize I was being followed. I think it's gotten away.
Oh, that's too bad.
Use a shovel.
I don't have a great way of following it anymore. But if it is tied to that establishment, then perhaps it will return.
God damn it.
Once it's regathered its power.
So, do you know what it was?
It was a spirit. I think it was bound by dark magic.
Like a ghost? Necromancy?
No, not necromancy. Similar, but it's a different form of magic. I was aware of it in my studies, but it could be perhaps a few different things, a few different realms of magic, but there's one in particular that I think sticks out. But who or why, who would target this place and why is another question entirely that I am not so sure I have the answers to. Whoever that ghost is, and for whatever reason he is bound to this establishment, will have to be discovered another day. I almost wish that we could have spoken to it, discovered what its purpose here is. But I could not stand idly by while it was attempting to murder.
All right, so the important part, do you know how to break the curse and get rid of it?
I would have to do much more research and find the original perpetrator of this magic.
Well,
Whoever
we
bound
know-
the spirit here.
We know who did it, and we know why. Although we don't necessarily know where he is now or what happened to him.
Do you think this is the dark elf skewing?
No. This is the barkeeper said that there was a patron who would come in and flirt with the female musicians, and he was always rejected. He got angry, and so he put a curse on the place.
Does he still live here in town?
I don't know. We'd have to ask her about it. She's
Well,
not
then
here
let us
right
get
now.
Ugh.
I'm gonna go back in and talk to the barkeeper that's on duty.
When you walk back in, I asked, "Did you get it?
He got away.
What happened?"
Not sure. You'd have to ask Erda. He seemed to be able to observe it somehow. I couldn't see it.
I take
Erda?
my time slowly walking back into the room.
It's okay. All we have to do is all you have to do, Esri, is start singing, and it'll just have to come back, right? It's like it can't do anything but do that.
I walk up to the bar right here. I sit
Erda?
down.
What happened?
And I order an ale.
Okay. And Esri was going to talk to the barkeep.
Yeah. I walk up to him and I say, the lady who was here during the day, she hired us to try to put an end to this curse.
Well, that'd be my wife. Looks like you did a good job chasing it off, I guess. She mentioned something about that to me. That's why I let you just run through my bar. Still not thrilled with the salt thing, but did you pay it? You paid it, right?
Yeah, I paid 3
Okay.
copper.
But he paid for it.
She mentioned the man that came in here who cast the curse. Do you know who he was? If he's still around?
That weasel's name is Ryland. And haven't seen him.
Any idea of anyone who might know where he is or how to find him?
He thinks for a moment. Well, he is a human. He lives here in the lower quarter. I couldn't tell you where his actual kip is.
Well, we'll look into it. My friend thinks if he can find him, he might be able to break the curse.
Well, that seems logical. Maybe you just beat it out of him.
We have our ways. We can be persuasive.
Well, y'all want a round of drinks, honey?
Yeah.
Thank you. We
I could-
appreciate that.
You could use an extra one, yes.
Erda, what happened when you
He
went out
pulls
to
up
the
5
alley?
mugs of ale.
It perceived me. I couldn't see it, but I could tell it perceived me.
Well,
Could
where did it
feel
go?
It dispersed itself into the ground.
Into the ground in a specific area?
In the alleyway, it perceived that I was giving chase, and
You're not
it
getting
continued
what I'm
for a
putting.
moment, but
You're not getting what I'm putting down here. If it went into the ground, maybe there's something buried in that spot where it went. Maybe that's where this curse, bone, something was there. It was going to that space specifically for some reason, possibly, right?
it could have been arbitrary. I can't tell you. It seemed to have an intelligence about it, but there's something darker about this spirit. I fear that it might be bound using some form of eldritch magic.
All
And if
right.
that is
So the guy,
case, then
the
it
guy
may
who
be
cast the
bound.
spell, his name is Ryland. He lives in the lower quarter.
The lower quarter is the area that y'all are currently in.
They're not sure where, but maybe we can track him down and get some more information.
Did you mention what he looks like or anything like that?
He's a human.
There's quite a bit of those here. I mean, did he give you any other descriptors, possibly?
If he did summon like a demon or a ghost, can't we just report him to the Azure Order and they can take care of the entire problem?
They seem to like dealing with
They
that.
seem
don't
to
they?
like a lot of proof.
They weren't taking it seriously. They don't believe there's a real issue.
Yeah, but now everybody saw it. This is going to be news, right? Everybody in this bar saw it. People are going to be talking.
Well, pardon me, Grade A, but I think that everybody saw something. We didn't see anything specific. We just saw a lizard woman choked
Yes,
in
and
midair.
I am not so.
We saw way
Excited.
more than that, and it's White Ape. Thank you.
I am not so excited to to ruffle the feathers of anyone.
If anyone has Streetwise would like to roll it, I might give you a little bit more information.
I don't, but I will roll straight acumen.
Yeah, I
See
do
if
not
I can
have
get it.
Streetwise,
No one
and I
actually
am.
has Streetwise, right?
No, but I'm gonna buy it as soon as you
Yeah,
let me.
unfortunately, I think that's something we're all gonna have to purchase after this.
So yeah, as soon as y'all finish any story arc or any plot that is considered to have finished an adventure, and you will get XP or character points at that point. I added that to the character improvement handout so y'all can read it. But just so you know, as soon as you like, if you solve the ghost issue or you solve the issue with the elf thief, either one of those, and you can then get some character points. And as far as spending them, you can spend them to learn things. In game, if you keep trying to do something, whether you succeed or not, you can eventually justify spending character points to buy the skill. So if you'd really like to work on your Streetwise, I suppose I will allow you to try it unskilled.
There you go.
Yay! Okay, so what do
But
we
if you
roll?
crit fail, it's on you.
What do we roll?
Acumen.
Acumen.
Acumen. Okay.
I'm culturally unfamiliar, and so I'm not even going to bother.
Okay. Esri, that's a really good roll.
I got an
Finally.
18.
And Twin got 18. All right. I wasn't sure what there's no timestamps on these. I wasn't sure if that was an old roll Twinkle or
You can turn them on. Yeah, you can turn on timestamps.
Is there a
I have-
timestamp option?
Yeah,
I
you have
need
to go
turn
to
that
the settings and then enable chat timestamps. It's right after enable chat avatars. The little check.
Oh yeah, I do see that. Cool. All right.
Yeah, I had to do that for the Pathfinder game. So you
All
can
right.
keep track.
Yep. Nah, that does help a lot. Thank you. All right. So Twinkle and Esri, both of you have kind of picked up on this, even though you're not from a human city. You've traveled through cities, and Esri especially in her city, which is very military-like. But there is a rich section to your cities, and there are poor sections to your cities. Like Esri, you know that the back wall of the caves where all the rich people live because they're the best defended. And Twinkle, you know that the larger the towers, the more rich people are. You seem to be gathering that the higher you are in this city, like the lower quarter is where the poorest people are. And there is a tendency for the guards of any form to do a better job of protecting the upper echelons of society than the lower echelons.
The ones who are perceived to pay the most in taxes and provide the most.
Right. So you
Right.
get the idea that even though because it has been reported before, and they just kind of like, oh, the lower quarter has a ghost problem, whatever. You don't think it's a lack of evidence, because even though there's very little evidence, just people saying that happened. But there's just a lot of the guards just don't care. It doesn't mean that 100% of the guards won't care. You might find one that's true blue and wants to do his job and is excited at the idea of tackling the ghost or whatever. But yeah, these people have said they've talked to the guards already and nothing came of it.
Got it. I'm gonna ask around to see if anybody knows anything more about Ryland and like what he looks like, where he might be, that kind of thing.
Okay. Who do you ask? You see the people in the bar. They look similar to what you're seeing as far as tokens, the best I could find. There's the dwarf in the hat with the big bald fellow. And then there's an old dwarven couple at another bar. And then there's the bartender. You can't see up there without going up the stairs.
Psst, Esri, ask those guys. I'll talk to my dwarf friends. The dwarf and the human over here. I already bought them drinks earlier.
So-
They're still there.
Ask which guys.
The other two at the other table. I can't. Let me ping them, I guess. Yeah.
Are you talking about the male and female over here?
Yeah. I want her to go there, and I'll talk to these two guys. So I'll move my
All right.
character over
Yeah,
here.
I'll go over there and talk to them.
I came inside to sit at the bar and drink, expecting that people were gonna ask me crazy questions about what the fuck I just did. Nobody did, so I'm just gonna sit here and quietly drink and like put my hood up and look.
I would have asked you, but you haven't been very forthcoming in past attempts, so it wasn't. It's kind of a moot point.
Well, you sat down next to me. That's where I am at the bar, and I'm like, that was a
So Bella
thing.
moves over to a table and is drinking the ale that was offered.
Oh, I'll sit with her. I'll take my beer and then turn around and sit down with her.
Yeah. There's also a large mushroomy beanbag behind the table.
So Tom is like gonna try to shake off like what he felt with that phantasmal encounter, and he's gonna explore a little bit. He might go up the stairs to see what's upstairs if he's allowed to.
I thought you were gonna say you were gonna sit on your own beanbag.
That would have been phenomenal. I would have. Yeah.
He then puts down roots and becomes twice as tall.
Yeah. I do, as I sit down at the table, look over at Tom and go, "So I see you're making your own decor and bringing it along."
If I were to set roots here, this place will have to be called the Murdered Mushroom.
Oh,
Hey guys, would you like to get a drink at the M&M?
is that because they'd have to cut you out of the walls?
I am too
dark.
big to fail.
All right. Sarah, as Esri
Yes.
approaches the elderly couple, they look at her a little in surprise because they noticed her already. I mean, she's noticeable.
Right.
But they didn't expect her to walk over, and pretty much everyone saw what happened. They look at you, and the woman speaks first. Yes.
Hello. We've been hired by the couple who run this establishment to try to put an end to this ghost problem.
Mhm.
From what I understand, it was originally brought into play by someone named Rylan. Would you happen to know anything about him?
Let's see if they know anything. Let me get my die roller out. The woman, and then the guy. All right. The old man shakes his head, but the woman thinks for a moment, goes, I believe that you're talking about the man that was. He used to be very infatuated with a woman that was singing. She was well, like that woman over there, and she points at your Losifar friend. She had yellow, golden, glowing hair.
Yes, that sounds right.
Well,
What
she
What do you
was,
remember about him?
I just remember that he was always clapping. He was very attentive to her, and he kept showering her with money while she was playing. And then I remember one night she was packing things up, and she was leaving the bar, and he went out after her, and then there was some yelling. And we went out, and the old man's like, I didn't see nothing. Well, if you were faster, you would have seen it. And she said, and she says that the man was trying to get the woman to go with him, and she didn't want to. And she did some sort of magic. It was like a burst of fire, and he jumped back, and then she ran, and then that was it. He was just really mad. And I remember I remember the next day he was also arguing with the lady that works here, his wife, the bartender's wife, the owner's wife.
Can you describe what he looked like to me, the man who did this?
He's not bad looking, but he's not. I wouldn't say he's good looking. Just sort of normal for a human. He's got brown hair, kind of a thin mustache and a beard, but nothing like a dwarven beard, just short. He's not overly fat, but he's not necessarily thin either. He's a little pudgy. It doesn't look like he does much labor. I don't know what he does, but it doesn't look like hard work. I wouldn't know much else than that. That's just guessing.
Short, tall.
Oh, I'd say he's tall to me. Maybe almost 2 meters, but not quite. So around
And
6 foot.
do you have any idea where around here he lives, or where we might find him?
No, sorry, dear. I didn't roll high enough.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the information. We'll do our best to put it into this.
Well, good luck.
All right,
You're talking
so
to strangers, Elsa. Oh, she seemed nice. You don't know what those black elves are about. Well, you don't either.
Allow me to assume that his name is Kristoff, and I'll laugh my butt off.
His name is
Like-
not Kristoff.
It'd be hilarious. It's like, man, she's stealing Anna's man.
All right, so yeah, I'll go ahead and walk around. Let's see. I guess there's really only the 2 tables in the barkeep, right?
Right.
All right.
Right.
Well,
I'll chat up the dwarf, Howard.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I thought you were doing. I wanted to get back to you for that.
yeah.
While you're chatting them up, what do you say to them? You've already talked to them before.
Yeah, I want to find out more about the guy. So I'm going to ask them specifically about the guy, if they know what he looked like and where he might be, where he lived, whatever. But I'll be very persuasive about it.
All right. The
Use
dwarf.
my little charm.
Nah. And the other fellow, the big bald fellow's like, I've seen that guy. I know he's gives a lot of gifts. He used to give a lot of gifts to the ladies that would perform here. Usually just coin.
Well, I think he's giving him a lot more gifts now.
Well, if it's him, then yeah, I guess. You think that was him? Is he a ghost?
No, I think he may have made that happen, though. I'd like to find out how and why.
Yeah. A lot of people call him Weasel, but I think his real name's Rylan.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I'm not sure what he does for a living. He thinks about like real hard. I think I've seen him selling stuff, but he sells it to there's a pawnbroker up the way, and he gives you directions. I've seen him sell stuff there, but I don't know what he does exactly, and I don't remember what he was selling. Sorry.
All right. Thank you for all your help, gentlemen.
Good luck.
And
All right,
same to
Tom, you go up there. As you are making your way up, first I need to roll something. That's not it. That was a mistake.
I was about to say, oh, I won't be attacked. Yay.
I roll 1 die 6 for everything now. On a 1, you live.
Anything
Right.
closer to a 6? Ooh, good luck to you.
There we go. That's better. All right. When you get up there, you don't really see it. It's kind of dark up here. It looks like you don't see any candles lit. There's nothing really happening up here. It's just like a dark area.
I glow.
You do glow. If you'd like, you make a search check as you walk up here and look around.
All right, sure. Let's do that. Watch, like I make such a good roll, I find the perpetrator, like just hiding up there.
All right. Here's what happens. You get up there, your big glowing mushroom self, and you look around, and at first it seems like this area is totally dark. But you remember it being a little bit better lit earlier when you glanced up this way.
Mhm.
And you notice that there are candlesticks on the tables. And the one in the back area, you see a wisp of smoke. And as you start to move that way, you notice a little bit of movement behind the table in the dark. Because you beat me by 1 point. Darn that wild die.
Hmm. I'm contemplating whether or not I should call anyone up here, or if it's smart to approach. But
Throw your pod.
Tom's,
Throw your
Huh?
pod, Tom.
Be bold.
yeah,
Offer
like
him a
Tom doesn't
beanbag.
know any better.
Offer
But
him
he'll-
a beanbag.
But Tom will hold out a pod to gift him to see if the guy has any dubious intentions. So if the guy moves, toss the pod. So I'll prep a pod as I approach
Okay.
with
So
my
you
third
walk out
arm.
holding a mushroom, which your token does by default. All right. As you get close, actually, I'm going to move you back a little bit.
Okay.
When you get to about here, he is going to move. So let's go ahead and do an initiative check. You roll your acumen and I will roll mine.
Okie dokie. Acumen.
Man, you are lucky today. Look at you go. All right. Let's see. Actually,
Look
that's
at you
bad for
go.
me. That's actually far worse than I thought. But it doesn't matter.
Uh-oh.
It's just two of us. You already beat me. All right. So you get the sense he is about to bolt when you get to here. What would you like to do?
So
You know he's about to move. You don't know what he's going to do.
So Tom will just basically say, "Hello there. I'm not here to hurt you."
Okay. And all right. Do you want to try and persuade him?
See if that'll work, though. I'm pretty sure with my charisma, that's gonna fail.
It might.
Yeah. All right, and I'm not gonna spend a character point on
Just
on
do
that.
your mushroom fan dance.
Fan dance?
Mushroom fan dance.
Oh, mushroom fan dance. Okay.
Yeah,
I
like
heard fan dan. I'm like, what the heck is a fan dan?
like in Star Trek V, the
Ah!
quest for
I
the
did not like your
frontier.
fan
So
dance.
what was that comment to Howard that I was getting lucky today?
You
Yeah,
still
you
are.
did. You still are, bro.
Okay,
Dang.
that was not an accident. I purposely rolled 1d6.
Oh.
He's not the most charismatic individual. He's very fast, but he's not very charismatic. So he pauses for his action. He's still going to act, but because you've persuaded him, he gives serious thought to what you've said, and in this, we'll call that one action. So he is down a die for anything else he wants to do, and he wants to get the hell out of there. So I'm going to say he's down 2 dice as he runs the heck out.
You
Oh.
should have pod personed him and just like.
Yeah, I was wondering why you didn't just throw it, Tom.
Well, like I thought he was just like some sort of bystander, like as
matter.
Tom.
Everybody's culpable
Well,
at this
now
point.
you know better. Because if
He
you
doesn't have a
run,
high physique, but he does have a lot of running. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, you've taken a lot of that from him with that because he's down 2 dice because he wants to really run.
remember, if you run, it means you're guilty automatically.
Well, I'll see if I can call out to the people down on the first floor and say,
Hey, no, it's not your turn. Hang on.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He'll jump through this stuff. 8, 9, 10. It's not there. He's facing that way. He is hauling butt as far as he can get. Also, I need to make a roll for that jump. See if he was athletic enough to pull that off or if that failed on him. Which,
Yeah.
unfortunately, is actually down yet another die, actually.
Because he's doing multiple actions.
Yep. Oh, he has a character point. I have a name, therefore I get a character point. Woo! It is enough at a 13. All right, he's almost out. He's like, he is hauling. Everybody else, you see someone running through the area.
Do we have to roll initiative now?
Oh, geez.
If you'd like to do anything, if you care at all, yes. Roll
All right, initiative time.
Like everybody?
Anyone
I mean,
who'd
if
like
you want to
react.
get involved, or like if you notice that if I went upstairs and I just scared a denizen, it's like, ah, mushroom person.
Oh yes, he is just hysterical.
You won't make a zombie out of me. This ain't gonna be the last of us.
That's right. I made that 7, baby.
But was that an actual The Last of Us reference?
Yes.
Very nice. Wanted to make sure.
All right, everybody.
Were you expecting me to say that that was accidental?
I
Mushroom
see.
Zombies rock.
Looks like Winterborn is on 7, Twinkle's on 17 with Tom. Ert is on 12, and Esri's on 5. So on 17, well, let's see. He just went. So as y'all joined the initiative order, technically, wasn't somebody at 7? Winterborn, Cathonia is at 7. Winterborn, you're next, and then Esri.
Really interesting.
Well, you joined when this was already kind of in play. Everything else you did on your initiative, everybody else went on their initiative doing whatever they were doing.
All right. This guy just kind of ran down the stairs from where Tom was, right?
No, he
He
jumped
ran
from the
down
ledge above.
to the top of the staircase to about here, and he jumped to here and kept running. And he's gotten this far as you notice him, and you can now do whatever.
Does he look like he's moving this direction for some? I don't know.
He's trying to get out that
You
door.
would guess he's probably headed towards this.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to just raise up a big stone slab in front of the door.
Neat. All right.
All right. There you go, Great Ape.
Let me check that distance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is 12 meters away.
Is that bad? Do I need to get closer?
That raises your TN by a little bit. But you can actually take one step forward, putting it within 10.
Yeah, I'll do that.
And it doesn't change the number of dice you have.
Okay. I will do that. I will use stone shape to shape a large thing in front of the door. And that sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Character point.
So I guess I'll spend a character point here. I add one.
I mean, you're at 5 right now. One character point, unless you roll really well, is not going to get there either.
If I roll a 6, does it explode?
6 do explode. Yes.
I'll chance it. I'm feeling lucky.
Just don't
So
roll another one.
Another one is just 1 point with a character point. It doesn't actually take away the 5, leave him with nothing. Although that'd be hilarious.
That would be.
That point, the stone slab comes up right in front of you.
Hey, I'll double check the rules on Wild Dice. It might do that, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to say no for right now.
does a 10 make it?
That's enough. You basically have created a slight impediment in front of it. It's not enough to get a huge stone slab blocking the door. You would have needed to roll really high for something like that.
Oh,
That's a major effect, yeah.
okay. I had no idea.
Yeah, basically, as he's running, if he crit fails, that's definitely what he's tripping over.
Or like if it's a one-way door, then it just blocks the one way it can open, so you make a door jam.
That's actually a possibility. I hadn't thought about that. Trying to decide if
does
doors
it
would
open
open inward or outward.
Exactly.
I think they would open inward.
Okay.
So
I made
yeah,
a door
that might
jam.
work.
I made a door jam.
You
Ha!
made a door jam. That's nice. I like it.
Maybe he doesn't even notice
You
it.
can contribute
All right.
to good ideas.
After him, I see Esri still. I think Esri is after Winterborn.
Yeah, and I think you're still over by the door, technically. Because we're going.
Yeah, you wouldn't have. You wouldn't have had a chance to catch up with them yet. You would just finished your conversation.
Yeah, you got to
Right,
move your
okay.
icons around.
So, what would you like to do? So far, all you have seen is someone in a cloak running. So clearly, you should destroy him completely. He deserves death, or she.
Okay,
It
so
must be ended.
I have no context. I just see somebody running in a cloak.
Yep.
What are my friends doing right now?
Didn't Tom call out? I
Um,
thought Tom said something.
No, not yet.
You don't see Tom at all. You did see your friend White Ape raise his hands up and in a weird motion like he was doing something. I don't know necessarily. It's up to you. However high your acumen is to also notice that something rised in front of the door. But he definitely looks like he's casting magic.
At
But
the
his
person
attention
in the
didn't appear
cloak?
to be focused on the cloak.
Okay.
He was looking almost towards you, but not quite. Just past you from your angle.
All right. But no other context on what's going on, right?
Not really.
All right. I'm just gonna wait for the moment then and see what happens.
All right. That's fine.
So withhold an action.
You do know that there's a door here. I'll
Okay.
give you that.
Now the
hint.
door is jammed.
She doesn't necessarily
Actually,
know that, but she does know there's a door here. Please stop
in
helping,
that
Matt.
is the person in the cloak running for the door?
Probably.
Mhm.
Then I'm gonna step between them and the door.
Okay, so you want to move yourself to about here then?
Yes.
All right.
Since it seems like something's going on, I'm gonna like try to detain them because it looks like White Ape is like pursuing them or something, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try to stop them.
Cool. All right, you are there. All right. Let me double check. Should have written down y'all's things, and I did not. I know White Ape was at 7.
I'm at 17.
Esri was at 5.
Yep.
Twinkle and Tom are at 17. I believe you are the starters here. And what's Erda? 12?
12, yeah.
All right, that's everybody. All right, so at the top of the round, Twinkle and Tom at the same time. Y'all are nowhere near each other. I don't think whatever you do is going to affect each other. So each of you can just take turns saying what you're doing.
I'm going to jump on top of the table and leap over acrobatically and try to tackle the guy.
Okay, so you want to make do you have an acrobatic type skill?
Yes, I do.
Would you like to roll that to
I
increase
would.
your movement by being all acrobatic-y
Yes.
instead of just making a running check?
Can I spend a character point on that preemptively?
You can,
I will.
but you might want to roll it first because you never know. Wow. Okay. All right. So that you lose from that let's see, 5 points. So that's actually 12. And you want to spend a character point to make it better. You don't need a character point to increase your movement at that point.
Okay, then I guess not. I just want
All
to
right.
tackle him.
You are down 1 die because the movement you're making.
Mhm.
Because you're gonna move. Then you make an athletics check to move again, and then you're going to fight this person or grapple him. Is that right?
I just want to grapple him. Like,
Okay. Let's see. Oh no, you're already there. So yeah, just grapple him. Just roll a grapple.
is that physique?
You're down. Yeah, you're down 1 die to because it's your second action.
Okay, then maybe I'll spend the character point on this instead.
Well, try the grapple first, see what happens, and then you can spend the character point. All right. He was not doing anything defensive, so you only get a 10. You have your arms around him. Now, if you want to actually take him to the ground, though, you do need a 15.
I'll spend the character point to do it. So, what is it? /roll 1d6? 6.
And, well, actually, I need to ask. Okay, you have enough to do it. But my question is, do you want to have a hold where he can't get away from you?
Yeah,
or
I'm
do you
not
want to
trying to
have
cause
him
damage.
prone on the floor or both? Because if it's both, then it's 20. Just want to have a hold or you want to have him on the floor, it's 15.
I'd rather have him on the floor so he has to, like, get up, you know? So.
Okay. This person's on the floor. You are up here. Kind of with him. Well, is what it is. All right. And that's that.
Just looks like he's bleeding now.
All right, Tom, what you doing?
All right, so Tom is gonna come running down the stairs, and as he's running down the stairs, he looks at the direction where the cloaked figure, was running down, and asks, "Why are you running? Why are you running?" As he's like traveling down the stairs.
All right, are you just gonna go the 5 boxes of your movement?
Huh? Yes. So
you get
I
down
assume...
to the bottom of the stairs right here. Yeah.
Giant.
Okay.
What?
That was weird.
That was weird.
What the
It
hell is
sounded like a
that?
song. It sounded like y'all auto-tuned yourselves.
I just
Okay.
see a giant mushroom coming down the stairs with 3 arms, reaching out to a guy. Why are you running from me?
Why won't people like me?
Why are you running? Why are you running? Come on, you got to know that meme.
All right. So next, 12 is Erda.
People are attacking somebody for what reason?
I just dropped him to the ground. I didn't even hurt him.
I guess I'll get up and kind of wander over to see what's going on, but I'm not gonna get involved.
Okay.
I'll come over to like here and keep an eye on what's going on. That's 5 steps.
You see, Twinkle has grapple that guy, and he's on the floor. And Twinkle's like trying to hold him there. It looks like he could probably stand up and get away at this point. He is bulkier than her. But she did knock him down. He doesn't. You don't see blood or anything. That's actually just her hair.
Who is this man? Is what I'll say.
You say that. All right. And on 9. Okay, so he's got to jump up. That's going to take 1 box of movement. Then he can run 4. And he's got the door and the girl to contend with. 3. We can make it to here. Let's see. Yeah, he's gonna try and go by. Let's see. That is. He's gonna make a roll. It's extra difficult because of the stupid thing, and it's an extra move. All right. I got this. Y'all making my life hard. I'm so mean to this poor guy who did nothing but try to leave without paying his tab, probably. While he was hiding in the upper area where nobody could see him, and he never ordered anything. That's not suspicious.
He just is a man who values his privacy and likes to look like a beetle.
That is not high enough for that door jammed. Dang your door jam! Should I risk it? I'm going to save the character point for now.
Risk it for that biscuit.
He tries to reach around Esri, and he yanks on the door, and the door starts to open. Then it hits a rock that was not there before. The door is just stuck, and then the guy's like, "The hell!" All right, and that is all he can do this round, which takes us to 7. White it.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna move closer to him.
Okay.
And
Smell him.
I need to, this guy hasn't attacked anybody, but it's obvious, this dude's very suspicious, trying to run away from Tom. So, I'm going to put my hands down on the stone ground right next to me, and get that stone to lift up and knock him over, get him on the ground.
Okay, you're gonna try to whack him with a stone strike.
I'm not trying to hurt him. I'm just trying to bring him down. You're
trying to trip him?
Trip him, yeah.
Okay. Because I heard you were hitting him with a rock, so my thought was that's stone strike. But all right, yeah, you can try and trip him.
Well, I was thinking make the ground kind of shake underneath him with my tremor.
Okay.
And I'm just terrible today, just terrible.
Yeah, that's gonna miss.
That's a 2. Yeah.
So there's the slightest vibration in the ground that no one really notices.
No one notices
They
at
see
all.
you put your hand on the ground and say something, and it looked intense.
Well,
See, I'm trying not to murder this guy.
maybe there's
but, like,
another
the rest of
secret
you-
effect that happened that nobody else is noticing.
Exactly. Or maybe it's just building up. He's just building up the power in
It's-
the earth.
I'm gonna have to shank this guy because you guys can't.
Now, see, there was actually a purple worm sliding underneath the building, and he killed it.
Yeah, I did. Y'all saved us all. Moving on. Next guy.
All right. White Ape was at 7, so it's Ezra's turn.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna
Intimidate the shit out of him.
Hey, my shit, you've intimidated out of me. Thanks. I don't have enough fiber in my diet.
Um. Actually, you
Face
know what?
that.
I'm not going to do anything to him. I am, however, going to try to make sure he can't make it out the door. So I'm going to seal it with shadow.
Neat. I thought you were gonna lean on it or something, but that works.
No, I can turn shadow solid. So I'm trying to solidify the door enough that it won't open.
Okay. If you don't have a specific skill for that one, to go ahead and just roll your general mana check. But if you have a skill
Yes.
that describes that, then roll that.
I do not. I will just roll a mana check.
All right. Aw. Your wild dice
Bummer.
says no.
Oh well.
Roll a 1. Basically, you say something that sounds mystical in your elven language, and you move your hands about, and you just can't summon the shadows around the door the way you want, and you end up making like a shadow puppety thing that is not frightening.
That phantom
curious. He
took
doesn't
a
know
lot
what you're
out
doing.
of us.
Yeah. Oh, look, I made a duck.
Quack quack.
All right, Tom and Twinkle.
You know what? Let's see if I can continue pursuing mysterious hood figure. I just want to know what's wrong. Like why he ran off from me? Why did I scare him? And see if I could just
I just
calm him
want to
down.
love you.
If your only intent is to catch up to him, just make one athletics check, or I'm sorry, running check, and beat a 5, and you can get there. If you want to do more than that,
Okay,
then
so agility.
no, is physique running. If you don't have running, it's just straight physique. All you
Okay.
can do is a 5. You did.
Okay.
You can now move 10 boxes instead of 5 if you would like.
Okay.
4, 5,
So
6,
1,
is
2,
6 to get to
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. So I made it, but I'm pretty sure I can't do anything else since that was like, my entire action, right?
Yeah, you would have had to declare it before you did all your rolls so that we know how many dice to subtract from all rolls total.
Okay.
So I'm doing another leap just like I did before. I'm going to try to tackle him again, but this time with a dagger out, and I'm going to put the dagger to his throat and tell him, my mushroom friend said stop.
I like the idea that instead of making the running checks, you like to cartwheel everywhere.
Well, I have acrobatics. I don't have running. So, yeah, it's all about leaping and jumping, Bo. All right.
I see. So you played over me.
Whoa, that's a heck of a roll.
Jesus.
Woo!
exploded
Whoa!
6s can explode twice?
Yeah, it can explode twice. It can explode so you don't get a 6 anymore. So basically, you hit this wall, leap up into the air, and do the weird Mario double jump somehow, jumping up off the air, then landing here in front of him with just this amazing, your hands in the air, you are so lithe and agile, it's almost breathtaking. And then at the last moment, you put a knife to his throat and say,
My mushroom friend said stop. I suggest you listen to him.
Twinkle's like that girl from Avatar that like acrobatics everywhere.
I was just thinking
Oh,
about that. I don't remember her
Kylie.
name.
Kylie. Yeah.
She's a gymnast. Well, she doesn't have magic, so she spent all of her time practicing her gymnastics.
I would turn your
Losing
characters to face him, but because of where you are, every time I click you, the little joystick thingy gets in the way. So I can't turn you. Maybe if I make
I did. I faced him.
No?
Oh my gosh, she turned into a giant for a second.
Well, I can. Yeah, I thought maybe if I made it bigger, the thing wouldn't appear right under that. But nope, it just stays
I
right
thought
there.
I did face him. It's supposed to be like that? Okay, there. Is that
Now you're
facing him?
facing him.
Okay.
For me, that thing is right under the button that has all the statuses on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't twist you. Same for Esri. Maybe she can move hers. I don't know. But all right. That was amazing and impressive. And that was on 17. On 12, Erda.
I'm gonna walk up to my buddy here, and
Yeah.
say, "Are you okay?"
Sup?
You know what's funny is with the ghost, you were the guys doing all the
I-
attacking and stuff. We couldn't really do anything, and now with this guy who's like physical and running and stuff, you guys are just like, "Oh, what's going on?"
I thump you on the chest and was like, that was my line.
I'll look back and go, "You know who this guy is?"
It's fantastic. All right, so y'all do that, and it's now his turn to act. He is pretty boxed in right here. Has a knife at his throat. See, you have the knife. You're a
You
scary
want me to-
professional
Do
person.
you actually want me to roll that persuasion check to see if it convinces him to stop?
Yeah, you
that
can
was
try
part
it. Absolutely.
of- It is kind of.
Well, you
also-
didn't. You'd have had to have subtracted die from your other rolls.
Oh
to
yeah,
get
no, never
persuasion
mind then.
as well,
Yeah,
so-
just that was just intimidating.
sorry.
That's fine. It's cool.
But you are there with a knife out. You are ready to fight.
You did have a wow action.
He's going to. Tom, I'm going to say that you're odd, and Twinkle, you're even. I'm not rolling against Esri because she is not. Well, she's got in his face, but she's not as threatening as the two of you are at the moment.
Even.
Tom is odd, so he's going to attack Tom. Tom,
Oh,
he turns,
no.
looks at you, and he goes, and then it's the weirdest noises you've ever heard anybody make. And
Do I
as he
recognize
makes
the
these weird
words?
noises at your face, you feel your life force being pulled into him. Or do you? I don't know. I have to roll. It's not automatic.
You feel
It
your
kind of-
spores being pulled out of you.
Yeah.
No, my babies.
Actually, I haven't rolled yet. I haven't rolled yet. So instead of doing it quite like that, I'm going to be one die down and I'm going to attack Tom and Twinkle. So I have to roll twice.
Hey, Howard, real quick.
Yes.
Did I understand anything that he said?
What languages? Oh, yeah, that's right. Yes, you do. Basically, he's yelling for your soul to come to me in a very evil language,
Yeah.
a twisted form of Elysium.
That's what I imagined.
What is he speaking?
Yeah.
Evil.
Yes, and he is going to pull the souls out of, in theory, out of both Twinkle and Tom. First against Tom. Ooh, that's a hit.
Oh, any way I can resist it?
No, it's a damage attack.
Ouch.
If you had already been in the right stance, you could have resisted, but you would have had to, one, know that he could do that, and two, say, I steel myself with my metal against any possible soul steal attacks. At which point you can roll your metal, and instead of having a base 10 to hit, he has to beat whatever your metal roll was. Which you had no idea he was going to do that. So I don't think you would have if you had, understood the game better anyway.
All right. So how do I calculate damage on here?
I'm going to do the
Like
damage. Well, I'm going to
strength,
try to do damage to you, and we'll see what happens. All right, I have rolled a 10. So how that works is you let's see, if you go to your handouts,
I am
remember
incapacitated.
you are now incapacitated. That is correct. And you're not dead. That's good news. But you're about to lose consciousness. You may try to stay up with a moderate 11 plus stamina or metal roll. Do you have the skill of metal or stamina? Metal's under charisma, and stamina is under physique. If you have either of those,
I have stamina.
all right, go ahead and roll that. Try to be an 11, and you will not pass out from what this guy just did to you.
Okay.
It's been over a minute, by the way. You don't have that -1 anymore. That -1 die thing.
Yeah.
The good news is those ones weren't on the wild die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you exceeded the 10. You don't pass out. You're down 3 dice from any action you take right now. As you feel as if your whole body is weakened. You're right next to him, Twinkle. You see this. You watch as Tom's glow diminishes significantly as energy is pulled into this guy, and then he looks at you with his and raises his other hand, and he does the same thing.
I knew this guy was kind of weedy, but I don't have that, that ability to say I steel myself against this whole steel. But I do remember what the ghost thing did to me.
All right, that is definitely a hit.
Can I roll my charisma to try to?
Yeah, to try and stay up. Well, first, let me see if I do that much damage to you. I still have to roll the damage. It's not automatic death or
Well,
anything.
I mean, I'm probably not going to roll a 25. You
if
said
I
we could
don't,
test
well,
it against.
oh, hang on, that's the wrong button. Sorry.
He's stealing all of our
Ignore
glowy friends' glows.
Yeah.
All right, here's the damage. You are also incapacitated, so go ahead and roll to see if you are staying up. That's going to be metal or stamina, either one. If you don't have either, you can make physique or charisma, whichever's higher.
We'll do charisma.
One is resisting with your willpower. The other is resisting with the strength of your body. But you can do either for this roll.
I'm going to roll.
Okay.
1d10. I'm going to add
the difficulty is
crit
11.
point.
You want to spend a character point?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. 1d6. See if I can roll higher than a 2. Oh,
Didn't quite make it. You want to spend another one?
Sure. Let me mark them both up. So I don't forget it real quick.
Just knocking out all your XP. You can also choose to pass out. It's not too big a deal. I mean, he'll just stab you in the face till you're dead. No big deal. I'm kidding. The dagger is for show. It's mostly for rituals and stuff.
How do you do it? You go in the box and you click up for the previous roll? Yeah.
Yeah, rituals in which
Are
you
you
cut
kidding me?
Man.
in which you cut up undead people or unconscious
So
people.
close.
One more. I'll go down to. I only have.
Are you going to pass out or are you going to do it?
I'm going to do one more. I'll go down.
All right.
Everyone vote for Twinkle in the next poll so he gets
Right?
There you go.
There's
there you
the
go.
6. You can keep rolling it if you like, but there's no.
Yeah,
no
it
no
doesn't
additional
matter.
bonus.
I got it. Yeah. So
Yeah. Now you finally get the 6 when you need the 1.
can't do all that badass stuff I just did and then pass out like a little weenie.
All right. So he did that. You're both down 3 dice for further actions until you're healed. So he does that. I think that's all he can do this turn, but that was pretty significant. Whitey.
I look
you have
at
seen him be aggressive at this point, guys.
Oh,
Your
yeah,
two
he-
friends are.
my eyes
aggressive.
go wide as Erda asks me if I know the person, and I say, "That answer your question?" As I bring down my arm and shoot my stone fist at him. Om jum yum.
Holy
Interestingly, the Losifar, the elf, her glow diminishes as well.
Yeah. We have to clap. Everybody who's watching the stream or recording right now, clap. Say you believe and clap so their glow comes back.
All right. So what you gonna do there, sir?
Stone striking
we're
it with
both
my
fairy-type
stone
Pokemon.
fist.
You gonna run up and punch me, or is you throwing your stone fist across the room?
Oh, yeah, yeah. It launches off of my arm and hits him.
Yeah, he's a transformer now.
Nice.
Actually, I have a Godzilla toy that's made in the 70s. It does exactly that. You push a button and his fist shoots off for no apparent reason. Because he never did that in the movie.
Because it's awesome, and I
is
do
pretty
it because
awesome.
it's awesome.
It is cool.
Hello.
You definitely hit me. Go ahead and roll some damage, sir.
So how much damage does a stone fist do?
Your stone fist, it's a magical attack. So go ahead and roll your magic attack. Which is how many dice do you have in mana?
Okay. Does it explode or anything like normal, or is it
How many dice do you have in mana?
2?
All right, so you have it's a 1 die of damage. Nice. Okay, so you did 6. Damage does not explode, so that as you asked, because oh my god, you could auto destroy things. It would be awful if damage exploded. I would accidentally kill you every game. You do not want damage to explode, even though it would help you in this one situation. That would be awful.
Only player characters can have exploding damage.
Yeah. All right. So he is now wounded, which means that he's down a die on all actions until he heals. The difference between, by the way, you'll notice that wounded and severely wounded look like the same roll. It basically, when you get wounded, you have to get wounded again. It's the same effect. So that's why it just kind of repeats. But that's the stacking of wounded before you get to incapacitatation. So, but yeah, he is down a die on all future rolls. He is hurt. You definitely hit him. He is a solid object, not a ghost. There you go. Does your hand come back, or are you now like handless?
I guess
There's a
I'm
little
handless.
string attack that gets zoomed back in.
Well, I guess it could still be out there. You could still be manipulating. I don't care.
All I have to do is like bring my arm back to where the stones are, and they'll just kind of like back into a hand.
Yeah, and you can from a distance, I guess, still pick him up and strike him with it. So
Yeah.
All right, cool. Esri.
Yes. Well, since he's now attacking my friend's night terrors,
That's a good idea. Go ahead and roll your attack. All right. Oh, wait. All right. The 1 takes away the 6, leaving a 5. Sorry. You go to some of the shadows, and once again, they have failed you. There's just too much light in here.
wait, that
Would
should
you like to
be.
spend a character point or anything?
It should be a 12.
No, the wild die was a 1, so it takes away your highest die, which was the 6.
It doesn't automatically calculate that though.
No, it
No,
should.
it doesn't.
It should, but it does not. I think it only works to add the wild die. It never works to subtract it.
It doesn't
That
work
was
to subtract.
I didn't program
Sure,
this
I'll-
thing, but it's programmed better than I personally could have done. So I'm not going to complain too much.
I will go ahead and spend a character point,
All right.
so I get to re-roll then.
Yeah, you're currently at 5. To hit him, you need at least a 10. So roll 1 die.
Oh wait, I don't roll
Yeah, just
night
roll
terrors
1 die.
again.
1 die.
Oh, 1 die. Okay, hang on.
If you would like to spend a fate point, you can roll your whole roll again and add on to your first roll. But a character point is just 1 die. All right, now you're
Okay.
up to 9. Well, do you want to spend another die or let it go?
I'll let it go.
Okay. All right. You try to summon the shadows, and they start to form around them, but it's like you just can't seem to grasp what to shape them in. You're looking at it, but you don't know.
Alrighty.
And then after Esri, we're back to Tom and Twinkle.
Oh, I'm shanking
You
this
are
guy,
both,
even negative. Yeah.
really
got it.
hurt.
Well, I roll 8 dice for my daggers, so I'm only rolling 5 now, right? So
That would be correct.
okay, I'm still gonna try it. Right there.
Well, that'll hit him.
Yeah.
Roll your dagger damage. It is 1 die for a dagger, plus your physique halved. What is your physique?
So my physique is a 2.
Is it 2?
Yeah.
All right, so you have a total of 2 dice to roll for damage.
Okay. So let's do 2d6, right? Okay.
Okay, 7 points. That will get him to wounded again, severely wounded. He is now down 2 dice. You sink the dagger into him and pull it out, and you definitely got him. He's groaning. He's in pain. All right, Tom, what you want to do? Matt?
So, out of my fatigue and panic, I'm going to stuff the pod I had in my hand into his mouth and try to inflate it. Did you hear me?
You put a pod in his mouth and try to inflate it?
Mm-hmm. Not all the way to where it chokes him or makes his head explode or anything. Just only to the point to where he can't talk, but he can breathe through his nose.
Do you try to ball gag him with a mushroom pod?
Yes.
Pinky.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that's
and
different. Go ahead and roll your.
-3 die, right?
All right.
All right. So.
I'm just gonna say that's kind of gross. And
Wow.
Since you're shoving your
All
children in
right,
his mouth.
that is a 0.
Well, the bastard did drain me of energy, but at least he has
It's not
something in his
going
mouth so
well.
he can shut up.
You
He drained you.
you pull out your pod, you go to put it on him, and you feel so weak, and you go, and it just like harmlessly bounces off of his chest and falls to the floor. You're just not feeling it, man. You have never felt this bad in your life. You
Oof.
don't know what just happened.
That's still a benefit, Tom, because there's a pod at his feet. So next round, if he's still there, you can do something with the pod again.
Yeah.
All right. So that brings us to Erda.
I think he goes before me, actually. He was
No,
at 15
he
and
goes-
I'm at-
He goes at 9. You go at 12.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he goes at 9? Okay. All right. I step forward and I will pull out my sword. Are those 2 different actions?
No, you pull your sword is fine.
Okay.
One step is also fine. So you've done no actions yet.
I just point my sword at him and say, "Stand down. There is no need to die this day."
Are you intimidating?
I'll try to intimidate. I'm not saying that I'm the most intimidating person.
All right. So charisma.
Nope.
Yeah. You point your sword at it. You forget how heavy the sword is. It almost topples out of your hand. It clatters, and you get it up real quick.
Man, the wild
No
guy
need to
does not like
tell me
us. Oh.
The wild die is doing fine for me. I don't know.
It was like the least intimidating sword threat I have ever seen.
It's like dangling on the ground. Now stop here, you fiend!
It's like, wow, I didn't even have to cast a spell on you, and you were already in bad shape with me.
That was great. All right, he is completely surrounded.
Though some of us look a little less competent than others.
Right?
All right, this is going to require a high roll. He's down 2 dice. Yeah, we'll see.
Can I also say, since I did understand what he was saying, I'm definitely going to prepare myself for whatever the fuck he's about to do.
Well, that would have removed a die from your attempt. You have to
Fair
declare
point.
all of your
I
actions
will
during your
remember
turn.
that next time.
Right. Okay. Ugh, that's terrible.
It's not like I could have gotten less intimidating.
All right. He begins chanting something in Elysian. Hang on just a sec. Before I'll tell you what it is in a moment because I know you speak it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to spin a character point. It's worth it. It's not enough. God.
Give it up, Howard. Just give it up.
He's got one more he can spend. You know what?
Give it up,
I
Howard.
don't want to get caught.
Give it up.
It's
Okay.
diminishing returns.
That's 18. He needed 20. It's not enough. He cannot do it. Oh well. You hear in that twisted Elysian again. Only Erda understands this, I believe. He begins uttering. It sounds like he's requesting or demanding to enter the land of the dead, and he is trying to. It looks like he's trying to open something from his motions. You can see matching what he's saying. It looks like he's attempting to open a portal of some sort. And if you understood correctly, he wants to go to the other side, which would get him away from you. You have no idea what's on the other side. You don't know if that's even a good plan, but he is not cool enough to master that anyway. It does not happen.
He's praying. He's praying hard.
He tried. And that is all he can do because that was his one action, which brings us back to White Ape.
All right.
You see him going,
And you go,
I've got to
go,
stop
go,
him from
get
doing
it,
whatever
get
he's
it.
doing.
He's
Dom,
thinking
dom,
he's
dom, dom,
moving his-
dom. I'll shoot more rocks out from my arm. Getting rid of more and more of my arm.
Okay, cool. Roll to hit me. Do you want to hit me twice or once?
I'll just. Oh shoot! I can hit you twice. That's something I can do.
Yeah, sure. You
Uh,
can shoot multiple
sounds
times.
Yeah,
good.
I'll hit you twice, sir. Why not? Ooh, that's one hit. I don't know if a
First
9
one definitely
hits. I don't know if 9 hits with the second one.
9 does not hit me. But
Okay.
you can character point it if you want.
All I need is a 1 to hit him, right?
Right?
Okay, let's do it. Let's hit him twice. Spending too many of these character points.
Don't
Killing
worry,
me.
Howard will
Boom.
compensate at the end of
Okay.
the game.
All right,
I
first
Roll your
attack,
magical damage at me twice.
2 points,
Okay.
and then 6 points.
All right. I don't think 2 point. Well, he's already hurting though, so I think that actually does count. Let me double check. Let me go to wounds. Yeah, that still counts. He was at severely wounded,
You tell me.
so this takes him to mortally wounded.
Oh, that's not good.
It's not good.
I
Not
wanted
good
him
for him.
incapacitated, but I guess this will work.
As a free action, before losing consciousness, he can stay up with a 16 plus stamina roll or metal roll. He's going to try that stamina roll. His metal is awful because it's charisma based, and he doesn't have any of that. All right. Let's go.
I have a feeling that he's that one troublesome spellcaster, Ryan. I think.
Down he goes.
Oh, man, that was a terrible roll. Wow. No, he passes out. He's gone.
For now.
No, I'm not gone. I like he's in front of you. His consciousness is gone.
Well,
I could just imagine. Like
better
the
do
rest
something-
Of, the rest
Howard,
of the people in the bar.
we better do
I'm
something.
going to heal him.
Yeah, we better do something
then
quickly,
I'm gonna
or he's
tie
going to
him
go
up.
to the other side.
All right. Well, technically, it is Esri's turn.
Okay, unless we're out of combat, yeah.
Yeah. So, Esri, did you want to finishing blow
Finish
or
him off.
healing?
You're gonna finish him off, Ezra. Actually, you don't know what's going on. You just saw him fall down. So yeah, you might.
What do you mean? You got hit by a giant pieces of stone shot from my arm.
Oh, small pieces of stone, moderately sized pieces.
So he's incapacitated at this point, right?
Currently, yes.
Okay, I'm not gonna do anything then. I don't want to kill him.
All right. So it's the end of the round. He needs to make a physique roll.
I can imagine that everyone at the bar are just like, kind of side-eyeing the whole tussle and just like drinking or like eating their food, and the bartender is just like cleaning off one of the mugs. Like, ugh.
Okay.
Better than last Tuesday.
He is laying there, unconscious, just. He's got stab wounds. He's got multiple, bashes from rocks. He does not look healthy. At the top of the round, yes, Twinkle, you can try to heal him with your medicine check. Tom, you could do the same if you wanted, or you can finish him off, whatever you like to do.
I can heal him.
Or you can just leave a big old mushroom of poop on his head. I don't know.
18.
Wait a minute, we can poop?
You can eat, you can poop. Humanoid
Okay.
versions of things are different than regular things.
I mean, like, if I can patch him up, that'd be interesting. But
All right.
how would I do that?
Well,
doesn't
Twinkle
have-
got an 18 here to heal him, and she was going at the same time as you. With an 18, you can stabilize him. So he is no longer have to make physique checks to see if he dies. But he remains unconscious unless somebody has healing magic of some sort, which I don't think anyone does.
Well, I mean,
have
do
a
we
potion.
really do we really want him conscious before we tie him up and make sure that he doesn't, cast any more spells?
No, I just wanted to make sure he wasn't going to die on us.
True.
Now we
Basically, the big thing was for you to seal up where the blood was coming out, and then you kind of checked on his injuries where he was bashed by rocks. You think he's going to be all right, though.
Cool.
I can make my unicorn look around in the background.
And as all that was happening, by the way, the NPCs will react. The old lady is curious, so she goes here to watch. She sits next to him.
I'm gonna call out. Is this Rylan or what's his name? Raylor.
Rylan.
Rylan.
He comes over and is looking. He'll come over and look. The bartender will come over and look.
I'm walking over and I'll kneel down and the rocks will come back to my arm and slowly like reform into where it's supposed to go into my arm again.
I'm going to
using earth
attempt
magic,
to wrap him up in a.
I was going to say using earth magics normally gets a bigger reaction. However, the NPCs around here have seen a lot of it because there's the huge earth temple.
Yeah.
But your fellow PCs can still be amazed.
Tom will definitely give White Ape a pat on the back, thanking him, albeit weakly.
I slowly put my sword away. Just kind of look around.
And Tom is also going to try so that way he won't move or escape.
Okay. Oh, Twinkle, I'm sorry. It's too late now. I'll allow it. But did you remember to subtract 3 from your medicine roll?
No, I didn't. I thought that was an effect that he was having while he was awake. I'm sorry.
No,
I
your wound level will
Would you
remain
like me
until
to-
healed.
Would you like me to re-roll it then?
No, we'll just call it for now.
Okay.
I should have caught it too. I know y'all are new to this, so
Plus, we wouldn't want our assailant to die or anything.
So as Tom is patting me on the back, I look up at you and I say, who was that and why did I hit him with a stone fist?
Because he tried to kill us.
He was speaking Elysian.
your bioluminescent friends are still non-luminescent.
No, seriously,
They're a
like
little faded.
You're very faded.
I
He
simply
hurt me.
I told him to stop and he
Twinkle.
tried to kill us.
well, he's a suspicious guy. I guess
The dwarf says, "Yeah, that is Rylan. If y'all, assuming y'all pulled the hood back, if you have not,
Yeah,
do
I'll
it.
pull the hood back while
Well.
I'm trying to heal him. I had to check for head contusions, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. So yeah, the dwarf goes, "Yeah, that's the guy. I haven't seen him in a while. He looks fatter."
Well, we caught him. Hey. So what do we do with him now? Did he have to be here for the curse to take an effect, or is he the cause of it? Did he have to be here and actively cast against somebody, or did... I think that's the case. I think if we just get rid of this guy, your curse is over.
If you kill that guy in here, that's going to be a problem. I mean, you know,
did I
don't
say
really
kill?
wanna know if you're killing him.
I didn't say kill. I just said this is...
We just said you were going to get rid of him. I don't know what it means. I'm just
So
saying.
call the guards then, as I'm diminished in the corner.
Dwarf gets away.
We have the guy. He tried to attack us. It was just a ghost in here. Everybody saw it. Everybody saw him run out. I think we're pretty much have proof.
No. Don't call the guards. Call the Azure Order.
I don't think Erda wants the Azure Order here. He's been making it plain that he would rather not them deal with them.
I think this is a much better way to get rid of this guy for good. If we take him to the guards, he might come back. But if we take him to the Azure Order, the Azure Order will 100% deal with this.
Well, then maybe
Yeah,
you and
I
Erda should wait
agree.
outside while we talk to him then.
Why do I have to wait outside?
Because you can keep an eye on Erda.
Oh, yeah. I'll make sure no one hurts you.
That is very kind of you.
I mean, you look pretty weak. You look pretty weak. You couldn't lift that sword a second ago.
Let's get some fresh air.
Are you sure you're not still feeling sick? Yeah, fresh air. Don't use that door. Let me fix this.
I try opening the door. Click, 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 click.
Let me fix this. I'll attempt to bring the stones back to a level position. I don't know if I'll succeed, but I'll try.
I'll take a shot at trying to heal me and
No,
Tom
I fail at that.
if
What
I
are you
can.
trying to do?
If y'all are injured, I walk over. I could take a look at those wounds of yours, Twinkle. I'm
They're not like-
so certain
It's
of
more like
the-
my soul was ripped out. I don't really have any injuries on me.
So
Oh.
Howard, I can keep trying to cast the
Yes.
spell until it succeeds, right? So
Yeah, you can. It doesn't get any harder. What are you trying to do?
I am just trying to level out the stones in front of the door so people can pass through it again.
Oh, okay.
So I'll not roll. I'll just like take 10. Remember that old rule? I'll just like keep concentrating until it happens.
All right. Based on your initial roll, it takes you a good like minute to just get to it and push it in. But yeah, you can do it.
Okay.
All right. And Erda, with that roll, you're fairly certain from your understanding of Elysian and what you saw that he was using necromancy, not the Black Magic's College.
So as I'm waiting for White Ape to open the door, like unjam the door, I look over at Twinkle and Tom and go, it's probably important that you inform whoever picks up this gentleman that he is utilizing necromancy as a way to perform these deeds. I initially thought that it might have been something even darker, a deal with a demon, but apparently he just wields the sway over life and death.
Okay, I'll be sure to tell them. And then they're going to wonder how I knew that.
He was wielding a spirit
Yeah,
And-
that's what I'm going to go with. All right,
and-
I got this.
and attempted to rip a portal into the afterworld here.
Well, how do I heal him trying to rip my soul from my body? I'm not real familiar with that. They didn't teach me that in medical school.
For the casters in the group, specifically actually the more esoteric casters, which would be Erda and Esri, you know that magical damage heals just like physical damage.
Mm-hmm.
It just takes a while, and it takes rest and time. So you don't have any reason to believe that he won't heal, or she rather won't heal over time. Same for Tom.
I think it'd be pretty evident if our glows return that we're doing better.
Yeah, I think you should be able to heal in time. I can make sure I have some salves and ointments in my healer's kit that might provide some.
Oh, you mean
comfort
these?
in
And I
the
pulled them out of my kit.
Oh, well, yes.
Yeah, thanks.
Tom is just leaning against the wall, just like trying to keep himself awake.
Here, Tom, I
He's
tossed
just
you a bottle.
tired. Thank you.
Uh,
And he takes a.
I wish there were more I could do. However, I would assume that if I was to do any magics that could restore the damage done by a necromancer, it would likely be done with necromancy, or perhaps Howard, what was the name? What's the name of the magic that the reptiloids use to heal people? What was it called again?
Oh, that's not preserver. That's something else.
Was it preserver? It might have been preserver. The healer, the people who could like.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That type of magic though is super rare.
Exactly.
But
that's
yeah,
that was my
there
point.
is a reptile. It's known to have been made by one of the types of reptiles.
Yeah. I'll just say, I won't even say the real name. I'll just say there are rumors that there are some forms of magic that could potentially be more specifically applicable in this situation, but I think the only other way that I could possibly do so would be learning necromancy. And we all know what kind of a toll that would take.
Hey, Erda. I think I got these stones level, but I heard you saying that he's been using necromancy,
Yes, he certainly was.
and you need proof of that.
That's what Twinkle
And a
wishes.
guy's been selling books. Get his book.
Oh, he may have a book on him. Correct. I look, bend down and look out through the guy's belongings.
Make a search check as you search his body.
Oh wow, that's a lot of ones.
It is.
So I like flip around his cloak.
Nope, no
bit
book on
and
that
go-
guy.
What is search? What is
Flip
search?
his cloak around a couple times and go, no.
Howard,
doesn't-
what is search under
Nothing.
Howard?
Acumen.
It's acumen. Yeah.
You can make a
negative
search or
3.
investigation if you have them.
Well, I'm -3 dice. I only have 3 acumen, so I
Well,
fail.
After White Ape says that, I'm gonna go ahead and search him too.
Okay. You see Erda try to search, like wave his cape around, like I see nothing, and you're like, what the? You make a search. Go ahead and roll.
Okay. All right.
I'll allow search or investigation. I don't know. Sounds like the same ability to me.
It's worse.
I know, man.
Are you?
And you look at it, and you start to lift his cape, and you're like, yeah, he searched.
I say, you guys, he's got to have a book on him somewhere. How does he, look? Let me try. Stand back. I'm gonna find this book.
Okay, at a certain point, no, Corey. 2 people have already searched him. You don't just keep searching until someone succeeds. I mean,
All right.
you
All right.
watch 2 people go through his stuff, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go through his stuff. Yeah,
I actually have the search ability too. I just rolled crappy.
You have
It's not a roll till someone gets it.
You have 2 dice, and that's the search of. Okay.
I have 4, and I just rolled bad. To be fair, like really bad.
So
Yeah, you did.
I'll be like, well,
Unless you think your friends are fools, and in which case go search them. But be sure to make it clear, you people are fools. Let me search.
well, I was the one who suggested in the first place that he has a book, but
And they checked.
all right. Well, I guess. I was sure he probably had a book. Maybe he's the guy who's selling the books. Maybe
Why
we can go
don't
back
we
to his
just
place.
call the Azure Order and let them search him when they come?
Okay, that sounds great. If they find just something we don't. Come on, Erda, let's go. And feed Roodle. Roodle needs some feed and brushing. Come on.
Esri, would you mind going to get them? Because me and Tom are a little out of sorts right now.
We're
Yeah,
a bit
sure.
kerfuffled.
Sure.
All right, let's go, Erda. Roodle awaits.
All right.
Where am I?
So y'all are going to go to the Azure Order and try and turn him in?
Yeah.
That is the plan. All right. You pick up his body. He's heavy. It takes both of you to kind of over the shoulder with his arms. And all right, who all is going and who is staying?
I guess we'll all go, but
I mean, y'all can stay here. You have rooms.
well, I thought we were gonna call the Azure Order to come get him, not take him there.
Oh, I heard take him to the Azure Order.
That was the whole reason these 2 guys left. They could have stayed here then if we were gonna take him.
Yeah. We can stay here if y'all will take him to the Azure Order, or vice versa.
Okay, so who's staying? Who's going? What's happening?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be negative in rolls, which is gonna be not good for me to roll anything anyway, including charm. So it's probably best if I just stay and rest.
Look, me and
I'll
Esri
go.
will go to the Azure Order. We'll get somebody to come back here and take care of the scene, and then Erda can do whatever Erda does. And
I wanted to go and talk to one of the guilds. Perhaps now is a good time to do that.
maybe that's a good time. And you 2 stay here, and hopefully he doesn't wake up and then kill you in your weakened state.
Oh, I'll shank him if he does.
All right,
As soon as he-
excellent.
Actually, he's tied up. I think he'll be fine. I'll tie him up. I'll do that. Can do that.
And make sure no woman performs here while you 2 are like that.
Okie dokie.
All right, Esri, you ready to go?
Yes.
Are we gonna?
This will
play
be a
much
great
longer?
time for me to get to know you. I know very little about you, and I think me and you, we should become good friends.
It's 12:30, guys. Are we gonna keep going or?
It
I
is
think
pretty
that I
late.
was actually going to offer to cut game while y'all were deciding where to go, unless
Yeah.
y'all want to keep going, which I don't mind, but it's up to y'all.
No, I
I'm
So-
perfectly
Yeah,
happy.
We
Right.
did talk
No
about
pumpkin.
extending the games to 4-hour playthroughs, which I saw in the Discord was that, like highly approved of by the viewers, but like I'd say maybe it's a little too early to implement that. I say we did pull like a 3-hour game.
It is 3 hours, yes, without a break.
Uh-huh.
Cool. All right.
Well, yeah. All right.
All right, well,
Then y'all have a good night. I'm sorry I didn't have a good cliffhanger this time. But y'all
That's a
followed
good
the
enough
plot.
cliffhanger. Going to the Azure Order is going to be a
who
good enough
needs a
cliffhanger. Howard.
sometimes?
Well,
Should be
you
interesting,
mostly
for sure.
solved this one. Mostly.
Okay.
So I want to thank everybody for watching out there and everybody who commented. Thanks for coming in and brightening our day. I want to thank Carlos, Sarah, Tarek, Matt, and our Game Master Howard. My name is Corey. If you watch this all the way through, you obviously like to hit the like button, subscribe for more, hit the bell so you know we're doing this again. We do it mostly every Friday, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye!
Bye-bye.
Buddy.